Morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, y'all?
What's up, big bull?
Big what?
Bull?
I'm tired of this fucking market opening up anywhere other than above something. Yeah. Yep, that's about it. I woke up and looked at the market and I was like, "Meh." But I'm really tired because I was up last night doing the State of the Union applause squat routine, and
What
every
is
time
that?
every time they stood up for applause, I just did a squat. It was a great workout. Because that was insane. Me and Ao, actually, it was funny. I was tucking him into bed right when it started, right when they introduced him and he walked into the room. And dude, no president. I don't care who the president is. Nobody deserves. You're not that. Stop it. It's like it was ridiculous. 10 minutes to get to the stage. Then he looks at this speaker and he's like, waiting for him to introduce him again, and then there's another 5 minute round of applause. I was like, dude, this is some real cuckery right here.
Ego stroking.
Dude, it
Last
was
year's was even worse. They probably woke up and their legs were so sore from the night before.
that's what I'm saying, dude. Some of the dudes I could swear to God you could see sweat on their brows. And again, that's for any president. Dude, do your job. You're a public servant. Come on now. Bro thinks he's Michael Jackson. Yeah. Yeah, that was and then I had to like explain what Ao just saw. I was like, that's not normal. Like that's not usually what happens. But anyway, good morning, everybody.
Our tax dollars at its finest.
Helping the Republicans lose weight. Ooh, Feral Candle of the Vix. What a fucking name. Just I might tell you I admire your hustle. Well, appreciate you, man. We're here. All right. Well, since we are here, let's talk about it. Um Open 24-hour, just not fucking it. I'm sorry, it's not it. Uh Not where it needs to be, right? That four, and this is one of the levels that we're going to be watching overhead today, 612. So really quickly, 612 is going to be one of the first overhead targets. I know I said 614, but we do need to keep our eyes peeled on 612. However, we did not reclaim any floor or open on it. We opened right outside of the range. So this should be interesting. Now, the good thing is that if we have any sort of momentum and we are hanging on to our floor and we do retest, hold on one second. If we do retest, right, or pull back, which is likely because we're opening at resistance, but we do have protection or an area to bounce off of. Once we get into this space, right, in the most recent price action, there's that 612, right? 612, 611, 36 right there. That's where we can see that clearance. And that would be where, if you did grab something cheap, low risk, that's where I would want to see price potentially push. Now, on the flip side of this, of course, right? No, we don't fall there. If we do, right, it's not over, but this box, I'm going to safely assume, will be the protection for QQQ. Anything punching through this, losing 607.84, and we got to start considering a potential move down to that 604.60 target that I talked about yesterday. Now, NVIDIA earnings are tonight, which is a big, chunky, fat, large amount of the Qs or tech. And so naturally, that may be what gets us up to that 614, which that doesn't happen until after hours. So, um, the hope here is that we do see volume. Again, last night was not the catalyst. The target that I talked about getting hit, it sure did, but I wanted to be above it. at least on the open, which, maybe that changes, but all right. So QQQ today, I'm not super excited until we see what we need to see. And it's just really that simple. For those of you who are day traders, on the 5-minute over here, if you draw, this should aid you. Pull that down. So it looks like maybe a 6:11:60 5-minute box, right? Might be enough to get, and again outside of 6:12:50, that's where we would see that continuation up to that 6:14:25 target that I gave yesterday. So you're on 45 minutes before the market. I'm always on this early. I was actually late. All right, so everybody's, again, and we've been talking about this every single day in depth. So hopefully everybody's kind of on the same page. If you're inside of the Discord, we're all on the same page as far as what we're looking for, or what the expectations are off of the reactions above and below. So SPY this morning, obviously same overhead target, right? That's 690. Yes, there's clear empty space directly up above us, and it is beneficial that we are above right now 689. However, the 24-hour candle opened up in range. Where you open does matter. You are at an advantage, right? Having already tapped that for the third time. So I do think it's important that we do get up. Like we have empty space up above us. We have a pretty clean price target of 691.33. So again, protection program. What do we need to stay above, or what needs to hold? And yeah, so we haven't even really again left. I would actually say right here is the pre-market playing field, or excuse me, not pre-market, but at the bell. 688.70 would be a first area to look for a retest off of your pre-market box. If that punches through, you're looking for a retest down here in that 687 mark. So we'd like to probably see a pretty fast move down to that 688.66 to get a reversal and bounce up to that 691, which we have seen a lot of that sort of price action. So they have a good day, man. YouTube. So anyway, we're in a position where there is a considerable or a decent play to the upside with a pretty straightforward target. It is over. So this is where, and a lot of people teach Orb online, and it drives me nuts because they teach it as a whole strategy, but I don't think it's a strategy. I think it's a tool that's only best utilized when you have a potential break, or when your pre-market has tested that trigger. And that's what SPY is. So SPY would be Orb if you're an Orb trader, right? And that's where you would be looking for at least 50% at 690.50, and then of course 691.35. So walk tall VWAP, probably, man. Probably. I had a big discussion yesterday about, again, trading styles, and what people kind of coming to the market expecting to be able to do, and then a lot of times it's better off that they have a little bit more time. Yeah, QQ, I already went over the cues. It's on YouTube. So all right, IWM, which nothing, right? Nothing really significant here. You're not outside of a range. This wick, I mean, for fuck's sake, I might go short again on this motherfucker. Excuse my language, but as you can tell, I'm really tired of being in range. I'm ready for the break. I'm excited about it. But I'm hoping to see, and Nvidia may, I know a lot of people are expecting Nvidia to possibly be the future teller on market direction. I hope that too. Anything to get up out of here, it would be great. But as far as I see it, right, we needed to be outside of 265.30 at least, right, and definitely somewhere at or above 266.50. However, we did not. And we do have a gap down below us, which is going to be at that 263.50 mark, right? So we're either A, if we, and this is where the, again, those of you guys who are newer might struggle with this, but those of you guys who have time under your belt, if we pop and hit this off the first move, I think we probably are going to look at a potential rejection off of that. But it's something to look for here on IWM today. The real question is, do we break off of this weak ass gap up? Are we able to pull back, retest, and get out of the 266, 265 area? Because that has been the biggest sell wall on IWM. And again, if you were flipping your chart upside down and looking at it this way, right? This is like, and you've got the gap up there. Yeah, and you've got the setup right here. It's all building up. And if I was looking at this from the buy perspective, I would say, well, but every time price is given the opportunity to bounce, it does, which shows strength on their side. So again, this is an important place to be, but an important place to see what price or how price behaves yet again off of this top, if you will. So, yeah. Potter, does your wife know how to do stocks? Does my wife know how? No, she doesn't. That's why I do it. So I mean, she might know simple concepts, but no, I don't explain this shit to her. Did I see that thing about Justin? Yes, I did. But I may or may not have called it, a couple of years ago. Who cares though? I mean, really, I'm just watching another empire fall. I mean, I was here before GameStop and all that other shit, and I watched all those gurus pop up, prop up, and then die, and I watched it same shit with NFT dorks and crypto dorks, and they come and they go. All right. Yeah, my wife's a fashion designer, so I don't want to squander her creativity with all of my candlesticks. Pause. All right.
She gonna be making candlestick clothing.
Yeah. Serenity by Jan. Sorry. Where do we start? My YouTube channel. All right. IWM, SPY, and QQQ all set to give me an aneurysm at any moment. But if you guys have anything you would like for me to take a look at, please let me know. Dog pooped on the right side of the yard this morning. We're heading lower. Crazy. That's
Come
crazy.
on, man.
That's TTI, bro. That's he's
Wow.
he's joking.
Come on, bro.
That's his humor. All right, so
Let's flip a coin. Let's flip a coin.
yeah, right. Right, a little bit of range on it. It does have a good setup. As far as empty space is concerned, you do have a lack of structure all the way to 93.85, but you are, however, looking for a move out of what I would describe this as a range. You're already seeing resistance at 87.91. I really want to see that median, but more or less over 89.65. There's a good play up there in that pocket. Decent base, right? But obviously you're there now. This is where price needs to escape. Can you put my YouTube link in the chat? Yeah, I can do that. If you click on the link in my bio, it'll show you. God dang, dude. That chocolate on my face or something? I was too close to the camera, man. Bad line.
Man, look how sophisticated you look right there, bro.
Is that a pimple?
No, I don't know. I think that's chocolate, dude. I think I was grubbing out on some chocolate. Got a little crazy. Who knows? Jump scare one. Guy gets me. Let's
You got to put a filter on that.
yeah, right. There you go.
I don't know, Potter. I don't know these cues. I think up and then back down again. Looking at like 612, 66, then bang down or something. I don't know.
That's all lighting, dude. That's how bad. Yeah. So I put the playlist in the link, but yeah, this is the playlist that you're looking to go through. So. Oh. All right.
You got Tony Bennett on there?
Somewhere. Elf. Yeah, it didn't go. Keep your eyes peeled on Elf today. A third time yesterday. You are opening above the close yesterday, but we need to see this one clear. Anywhere underneath that 90, 50, and this is in danger. So I mean, this is one again. I'm not trading on anything other than equity. So the main focus here is just be moving over that wick and start dealing with that 99.50. So I mean, you guys know that I obviously love this one. So all right, good morning. What's up? How do I sign up for the March 1st class? You go to my website, pottersockstrading.com, and drop a terabyte of feet pics in there. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Don't do that. All right. This ongoing feet joke has got to come to an end one day. CRM, ER up.
Bro, have you watched the Addams Family, the cartoon?
No, I haven't.
When you
No.
said feet jokes, I was watching it with my daughter last night, and thing was on there while looking at feet pics.
Oh my God. I see a target, John, of 209.71, maybe 226. However, what's underneath you? And where are you? Got it. Okay, so 191, anything above that on earnings, obviously this empty space could be a candidate. Again, when we go into earnings, I like a box. Now, this isn't necessarily solid sideways consolidation like it was here or in here. So it's riskier, right? But to the upside, if you can get back over 191 here, I mean, yeah, I'd be looking at maybe. Yeah, I'd be looking at that 209.71 would be the first target there, and then obviously a floor retest around 221. So or 220, excuse me. Why is the IWM resistance 226.69? Do you see these? It's actually a shared resistance, my guy. There's like two little levels here, but you can see the candle close, wick, wick. This actually was a box, and that ends up being cost basis, and it's just the same, a level over. But yeah, that has multiple points of contact, which means I'm going to lay a line down on there because that is where sellers have continuously pushed price back, which at some point, right, they keep doing it, and now we have a hole underneath us on the chart. So the Handmade Chef, SNDK, is in the Potter box. That middle line sometimes has reactions in history as well. Do you keep them permanently? No, I don't. That cost basis will turn into something else. Yo, hold on. This guy's he runs a 6-figure private chef business in San Diego. I'll be in your city soon, baby. Always wanted a private chef. All right. So we can expect a move on SunDisk, or SanDisk. I know English, I promise. Good consolidation, 2 points of contact at the top, 2 points of contact at the bottom, right? So we got a move is underway. Now, typically in these areas, right, when I see a little bit of a lower high, I see a channel, right? And that's pretty hot. I'm not going to lie to you, this is pretty hot. Now 2 hour time frame. I'm gonna dive in a little bit further to try to see what I can see. Okay, so this was a box that you punched through, popped up. I don't think, let's see, 2, 2, and then 1. And that's where you refuse the floor. So I would say right now, right, you have the liberty of reacting, right? Anything falling under 615.69, and I would be looking at cost basis at 590, or the old cost basis rather. And then at that point, right, just recognizing how many times we have pulled volume off of the floor underneath us at 550, that would be the first target. This, I mean, looking at this channel and just, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I'd be looking at 514 to the downside potentially, and then to the upside, I can't help you because I don't trade all time highs. So, bro, you look like an actor. You guys got to stop doing this to me, please. You're gonna blow my head up.
It's his birthday.
It is not my birthday. Don't start that shit again. Don't start that shit.
Hey, isn't your wedding anniversary coming up?
Yeah, I appreciate you. And yes, it
Happy
is.
birthday, Potter.
Yeah, you can keep reminding me on that. Stop. Where's the robe?
You're the only guy that knows who has birthdays twice a year.
I only
Dude, I had like 4 birthdays last year, dude. It was crazy.
You're aging.
You said what? You said, "Oh, I'm ancient." I thought you said I'm Asian.
Aging. No, you're
Oh,
aging.
I thought you said I'm Asian. So, which is cool. XYZ. All right. Nice empty space. Cool, right? That's some good day trading grounds for sure. Okay, yeah, little pockets up there. 24 hours, maybe not my favorite thing in the whole world. And what are you bouncing off of? Basically, like nothing, but you do. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Shut your mouth, Garrett. Wow. 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 All right. So, got a little channel action on both sides, but we're going to focus on the most recent price action. That's good to know, right? But what do we got here? So 24 hour, we're just going to mark what is above and what is below. So clearly, right, on the 24-hour candle, 53.57, and there's a bar, green candle would be 56.70. Let's translate that down to the lower time frame. And let's find the play, because this is actually a pretty damn good setup. However, it still needs a trigger. Let's go to the 2-hour, and we'll set this right back up. All right, so peep this, right? Good setup. Box, gap, 53.19. Box overhead, 54, right? What is above you? Nothing, right? So we're looking at least 50% of that empty space, which would be, hold on, that would be $56. So we need, right, in order to make this happen, we need a floor recovery and a cost basis break. It's not a very straight line. Basically, it might go up or it might go down. Thank you. Oh my God, Dio, very good. But we're looking at a $53 potential trigger and a break over 54. At that point, your target would be 55 or 56, excuse me. And obviously, you know, I'm a whole enchilada kind of guy. So 57 would be the next target above me to take major profits off of. So, I mean, that's a good setup. And what I'll do here in order to make sure that I'm in the game, right? I'll set an alert at the floor. Oh, this has earnings. Oh, you guys got to look. I hold on. Oh, you did. Okay. I just can't read. So good to know, right? We can use all of this, but I'm going to zoom back out. So I'm going to give you 2 targets because again, this is earnings 46 bucks directly underneath you if we do see a drop. And then I would be looking at this wick at 57. It's not a ton of consolidation here. $60, 60 and 62.60. So I'll leave those 3 targets directly up above you. Again, Unfortunately, it's not the box that I typically look for going into earnings, but it does have a potential with the amount of empty space that's above it. So, you know, even decent guidance could send this one back up into that space. So, with some earning setups, you just can't take them on one side and without a solid setup. But I mean, there is a lot of space to be filled, kind of similar, to this right here, but you'll notice a lot more consolidation happens beforehand. So, all right. Can you put my Feet Finder link in the chat? Get this guy out of here. Coin. Good morning. Yeah, we'll take a look at Apple. Dude, Apple was disgusting. Oh, hold on. Well, well. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch this one, but I do see 179.33 as a first target directly up above you in confluence with the channel that you've been operating in, which can exhibit signs of control, right? Or pulling things back together. So you'd be looking at 179.75 for a reaction. If it can power past that, you'd be looking at 186.40. But that's the first target that I see above me. So you want me to chart Kaka? Okay, this guy wants me to chart Kaka, which is the Canada. I'm just kidding. He said Kava. Yeah. So we got a little bit of Kava action, right? And not bad, right? Not a bad start. So what we're gonna do here is keep it simple. We're gonna split this shit in half. And so we're looking at 78.35 as a first potential TP. And then, I'd like to see the horse food up to 83.30, or filling up the majority of this empty space above us. So for daily, get the fuck out of here, dude. Oh my God. Thank you guys for tapping your screen and crushing it. All right. Let's keep it moving here. So that's Kaka. Let's look at RDW. I'd rather belly flop with a sunburn, but there is lower time frame empty space here. Okay. So I really don't have many options here. We're going to split this in half directly up above me. Dude, brother, give me my box. So what are you looking for here? RDW to up. Okay, so again, boxes in front of you, but step one, which again, I'm not a big fan of what's happening right here. However, who cares what I think or feel? Over 87 or 80, yeah, 870. Sorry. There is a small range with mostly empty space within it. You would want to go and reach that 892. And again, this is a step by step, box by box, built brick by brick setup, right? So stop losses would need to be situated probably at 870, maybe even at that 858 level. And then you're looking for a push through these two zones to get up to that 987. So yeah, I'd rather. Oof. Papa is so fire. You've been talking about it. Yeah, good setup, good empty space up above it. So I like that one a lot. KDP, right? And it's not like we're, again, we can't go look back and look at how the KDP moves. It's not going to be, typically these big giant green dinguses. So that have a check SPY? I have. If you would like to see SPY, IWM, or QQQ, I have those on YouTube. You can go rewind the live stream back to the beginning and quickly go over those ones. As we get closer to the bell, I might be able to do it one more time. But Trump said we're tired of winning. Dude, I'm tired of squatting, bro. Getting up and down for applause last night. I played that game and the glutes are, All right, cues are starting to creep up here. So if you did swing those with that 612, we might be able to touch it here. Yeah,
61269.
there it is. 6 if you're, you know, with the kids.
I'm really sore, bro.
Me too, bro. Yeah, they were.
It's hard for a 62-year-old guy to keep getting up and down.
I thought you were 35, dude. I could have
I'm
sworn.
trying. trying.
Was it your birthday like a couple days ago?
No, December.
Jesus Christ,
December.
dude, get the fuck out of here. When
I
do you
only
start?
get one a year, bro. I only get one a year. He gets a couple.
How long do I hold these contracts on average? I would say probably. I mean, on average, probably about a day or two. But I mean, there's definitely a decent amount of setups that I mean, I'll hold it for a week, 2 weeks. Whatever if if the chart has empty space, I'm gonna do whatever that chart tells me to do, right? So like for Kava, because it has empty space in front of it and a catalyst, I'd be in shorter expiration contracts. However, if that was happening without a catalyst, then I would be in 2 to 3 weeks out, right? So conditional, and that's what I teach people, right? Is each stock or each setup we might have to apply different tools and problem solving skills to those to find that expiration. But on average, right, we are typically a lot of the swings that I take are overnight. In a trending market, that's typically what I'm looking to do. But on bigger, higher time frame, 24-hour setups coming out of consolidation, I'd say about a week. So somewhere in the let's see here. If I can be there, I'm gonna be. Uh, Ivy, if you need to rest today, don't push yourself. You just got out of the hospital, so yeah, take your time. I I appreciate you but please listen to your body. All right, all right. So, this morning for KDP, let's try to stay above 3060 and especially 3050. All right. So for anybody in KDP, underneath that, you could just probably find a reentry. Apple. I got out of Apple. And again, folks, this is a great opportunity to remind you and tell you that I am not a faithful stock person. I don't get when something's space is filled up, I'm out of there. And that's exactly what I mean. We were really handed a motherfucking gift with Apple, right? I
He
mean,
speed dates.
I speed date stocks whenever I want to see your empty space, and then I'm gonna leave. That sounded really questionable, but
Whoa.
yeah, I didn't.
Wow, that
Yeah,
was
Wow.
it was
I
questionable,
said you
but
were
it
good
was
with that one.
accurate.
What a
It
user.
was on
Jeez.
point.
alley hoop. uh, but empty space is gone now, right? And sitting in front of you is a big fat boy, big fat box, right? And I don't want nothing to do with that.
Big old
Uh,
ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, big old ex-boyfriend's back, dude. He caught me. But what the empty space? It's already been filled, so it's too late, buddy.
Exactly. It was a
but
big
it,
fat box anyway.
yeah. So you have a setup. I mean, and then there's a ton of volume up here. So what do we need to see in order to see continuation of the upside? Well, the stock is already telling you right now, right meow, right? We need to be above 273, starting with 273. However, right, you're going to be opening up this morning with this box directly up above you. And what is to your left, right? And this is where you're tracking what price had to do to get here. So this box, and I would actually probably give it the whole thing, but I'd be looking at 269.75 and that wick of 269.44, considering it is in the most recent price action. But if you're unable to reclaim that 271.50, you're going to test this 269.44. But really quickly, if you are new watching me, this is where, yes, I take my trade, I fill this pocket up, and I'm not doing any, I'm done, right? And there's definitely, I'm not saying that I'm limiting anybody else, you know, you would need longer expirations, you know, there we could look at how or what the box inside looks like. There is empty space in here, so there is a chance for continuation to the upside. Um, but obviously, with your fingers slipping as you grabbed onto that floor, right, you might have to bounce off of something underneath you to get back up. So, all right. What about the space? Yeah, so the space behind you is, yeah, technically, I'll be honest with you, JC. For me, once I've played something up, it's a little bit tougher for me to flip my head. I mean, I'm just being honest here. It can be tough for me to flip myself over and look at it the other way. Immediately, right? Like just, oh, I'm gonna take a short off of this once it loses it, because just because you lose a floor doesn't mean there's not something possibly underneath you that you could try to bounce off of. And when you're moving up, it's always a little bit slower moving down, right? You could even look at this as an example, right? Even though you move down, you do for sure, right? This is not easy to trade, and yeah, it doesn't move as fluidly as what is trending, right? When buyers step up, you go. When sellers step up, you grind. And so I like to try to be on the, I don't want to grind. I just want to, I just want to take the trending trade. So that way I'm capturing where the momentum is heading. Now, when higher time frame floors are breaking and we're trending potentially down, okay, I'll flip my head over, but I have time to do that, right? It was the same thing that I did with the Qs a couple of weeks back, right? Where we're spending all of this time trying to break, we pop out, and then candles close back underneath what they fought so hard to reclaim. All right, I can easily shift my view to the downside. So I'm a little bummed out, yeah, because I don't have I don't have any tonic water this morning. I forgot. Actually, I should probably order that right now. No espresso tonic. I'm half of who I should be right now. All right. What else do we got here? Shoobity whap. Affirm to the upside. Affirm to the upside. 24-hour time frame. Okay, you might be able to get something popping off of this. It's a lower time frame setup. You have a small range on the 24-hour directly up above you, not a box. Definitely. It could turn into a box. It more than likely will. I can see 2 wicks off the top, 2 off the bottom. However, doesn't really have that full rotation. Now 4-hour, not bad, right? I can work with this. So step 1 is 49.15 on the diddly dot. You've got a gap up there at 51. That's a great start. I'm going to move this down, and I think it's going to change. It does, right? So how does it change? And it's okay that it does. We just have to adjust. Now, you might be like, well, hold on, dude. Doesn't that screw things up? No, it doesn't, right? Because if I encapsulate that same whole box, watch, see where my floor is? Look at where my floor is. It just turns into cost basis. Same thing, right? Tomato, tomato. And I could definitely do with giving it the double wicks. So we're looking for a gap fill, right? And again, if we're looking at this on a lower time frame, which we probably should, we need step 1, which is 49.19. There's really a lack of resistance until you get to $50, and that's where we're going to see if a firm has the volume to punch through what is above it at 51.70, which would set you up, yes, for a decent pop up to 55. Espresso and tonic? Yeah, I drink I've been drinking espresso tonics now for like 4 years. One of my favorite drinks. But I recently, like I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, no, maybe more. I got an espresso machine in my office over there. It's kind of funny because tonic water by itself, disgusting. Hate it. Can't drink it. Would never drink it. I thought one day I was like, man, my mouth is dry, and I cracked open a cold can of Fever Tree, and it was disgusting. And then espresso by itself, I think, is also equally pretty gross. So, let's see here, 1 hour. All right, so you have yes, I still agree that this is a solid setup, and what we can do is just we see this little range right here. It looks like that $79 mark will probably be one of the last resistances until you reach $82. But yes, this is a good setup. To pop, I don't know what the fuck is about to happen. Actually, I don't know. Hood about to get news. I have some contracts on Hood, so yeah, we're gonna see. But 79.33, and I don't like the fact that we did gap. Right, that's not my favorite thing in the world, but this has been a resounding overhead resistance at $78. So clearing or closing over $78 on the 24-hour would open up a trade overhead to 86.50. No, it's not sparkling water. Trust me, I found that out the hard way as well.
Did you go out a couple weeks?
No. Or hold on a second.
Just because of that resistance? Or did you just play for the resistance?
No, I got this was one of those things that I would like to take weeklies on.
Yeah.
Because I do expect that if we do get over that $78 mark, that we're going to be looking at a pretty strong move into that empty space overhead. So I would rather try to keep the risk low too without confirmation, which you can still do with longer expiration contracts. But I just was unwilling to put that much risk into something that was, off of this bounce, we bounced up and struggled. So I, again, keep my risk low. If it's going to pop, it's going to punch through this, it's going to go. So
Yeah, off that cost basis. That's what I was thinking too. I just didn't know if like maybe you gave it like next week. Cause I mean no, the 85s were like super crazy dirt cheap,
yeah,
but I just didn't know if you were playing it just to that.
yeah, don't look at that as like guidance though. I mean, if you played it with longer
No,
expiration,
I was just
yeah,
wondering.
it's totally fine. Yeah, I mean, again, it's so cool. This strategy allows for somebody could look at a swing trade that I'm looking at, and because most of the time I'm basing this off of empty space, it's probably going to set up for someone to scalp it, someone to day trade it, someone to swing it, or maybe even my entry is the start of your long, 3-month swing. And that's the cool thing about it is you can use all of those. So listen, yeah, let's take a look at IWM. I know the ETFs. Listen, it doesn't change. It's 265.65. That is the overhead resistance directly up above us, and if we can clear that, which again we have a fat gap, and now I'm being honest right here. That's the kind of shit that makes me feel bearish. We would need some redonkulous squeezed up and push up overhead, but over 265.65. And today might be a difficult trading day, folks. Remember, the money is not all in here. I'm not saying that some of you day traders can't nab this, and there definitely is some lower time frame setups. But those of you guys who are, as we talked about last week or this week and last week, trying to maximize their dollar, right? So especially those of you guys with not a lot of trading capital, it's these bigger moves that are going to give you that big push forward or give you some cushion underneath you so you can get to pushing.
Can I speculatively say something real quick? With that gap up, wouldn't you say that with the way IWM moves, like every 3 to 4 days, with that gap up and leaving that hole, potentially like within 3 to 4 days, we're going to come crashing down?
If it even takes that long.
Not even, I was even going to say today or tomorrow, but I didn't want to say that short.
If we pop up today and we go hit 267.40, right, and we just sit there, yeah, or we reject it, yeah, I would. And the funny thing is that is actually, if you look at this downtrend, that would be the most confluential level that we have above us. and could be the final nail in the coffin. But you know, for those of you guys who are
Pop
being
up, come
patient,
slam
yeah,
it down.
yeah, exactly. So, all right, let's see here. KLAR back up. So again, and I'm gonna make sure that I emphasize this a lot in the workshop. When it comes to these things where we're bouncing, right? And I don't even know what the hell we're if you're even bouncing. Yeah, so this would be just as an unknown to me as all-time highs, right? Because it's just all-time lows. So with that being said, right, I typically like something building like this before I try and take it up, right? And with that being said, we obviously and very clearly do not have that. So everything that you do, right, is probably going to be dictated by the lower time frame, considering how fast and how hard you came down. And so you're looking for what separates you, or basically the bodyguard of that empty space. And I think that I I see 1430 as that resistance, and of course 1446. So with all the empty space underneath you, and levels to retest potentially, I guess you did retest that. I really would like to see how price performs at 1428 before leaving, because I mean you're leaving with little supplies. The longer you chop, the more supplies you have to make that journey. Uh, Rock climbing, right, or climbing a mountain, same thing, metaphorically or announcer wise. All right, so let's look at CEG. Yeah, so I think we talked about this what a couple. I don't remember when it was, but the target is 322. This is where you do not want to overcomplicate your analysis. It's 322 directly up above you. Today you would want to see 314 clear. I see kind of a 317 maybe median target, but yeah, 322 would be the target here. And then of course, yeah, you got a good bounce here in pre-market as well off of, yeah, beautiful retest. So you know what needs to hold. All right, you guys got to give me 2 seconds. Hold on. All right. Fifteen seconds. I'll look at any of the requests after we get through this bell. So obviously, if you have any swing trades and you're ready to reduce your risk, try to let it fly. Now's the time. Damn. Damn. Tesla If anybody has Tesla, watch this overhead 415. That's two. I don't know, not a lot of you aren't in there, but that's 270%. So I'm going to trim that off. Qs, if you swung Q calls, this is where I start removing that risk. Pretty damn close. That's 612. And now, right, it's just this little wick at 612.60. Did it? How many of you on TikTok, or how many of you guys did take a speculative position on this one?
Yeah, on the Qs probably had 614s.
Yeah.
Buenos
Wish I'd
dias.
have got more, but I only got 3.
I just trimmed. Tesla just hit my target. That's 300% on those, and I have only. Okay, never mind. I was going to try to sell those, but they just doubled in price. We'll try that again.
Isn't that just the worst, man?
It's just the worst, dude. I bought them for $165, and they're at 800. Sorry, I'm multitasking like a motherfucker right now. Hood is up, pushing up right now.
Amazing. It got up to 250%.
What did?
Our hood contracts. I sold one.
Oh yeah, I was just trimming TSLL. You didn't even take that trade with me, John. You took the stepbrother of the trade. Yeah, I see.
I'm so thankful for you, man. Like, I'm looking at the Qs and I'm like, I can't see what's going on. Now I'm like, oh, go to the 30-second.
Yep.
I see what's going on. It's going to start coming back down a little bit.
He said, "Look at that. That's the Q whisperer right there." Hold on, I think we might.
All because of you, my friend.
The one who knows.
Yeah, dude. Listen, though. I mean, it's not like we didn't. No, I said it first, John. I said it first, dude. Brother John. Sister. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I gotta. I'm. This is 500%. I have. On Tesla, if you have, that's 500%. That's $165 to $1,000. So I'm gonna go ahead and. I guess I'll leave one. I'll leave one, but I just sold everything. God damn! Look at that. He said it's gonna come right back down, and he was right. Screenshot if you can. Well, that was momentary, wasn't it? I'm out of QQQ. Did you swing, Ryan? This is 612.75. First level, right? 612, same overhead to our left. See if we get the whole thing though. I still have 614s, so.
Yeah, I got two 616 runners left. They're up 300%.
Oh, sorry about that, man. Scammed you again, dude.
I can't believe this, man. You're.
I know, dude. I'm a piece of work, aren't I?
It's impossible. You can't make 300, 600%.
It's not possible, dude. Do you think every time we hit a 300% trade, a little piece of Alex Trades dies? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Dude, you should have seen him the other day.
He's probably shaking right now, bro.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
He's following you, bro. He's following.
On live, he got crushed and then immediately entered. He was shorts. He got crushed, immediately entered longs. Like,
That's
immediately. No, it was crazy. I was like, bro, how did you even, like,
All right. So
glorified gambling.
that is glorified gambling, for sure. His analysis is, I mean, you might as well do astrology. All right.
A little early on this, but anybody in the Bitcoin area, ETHA, if it gets over 15, was it 91
IFA.
or maybe 1614? ETHA, ETHA. It's got a
Gotcha.
ton of empty space, a huge gap on the 24-hour.
Hey, Potter,
But it's got to get above that 1620 level.
when
What's
you
up,
get
boss?
time, look at Netflix, please.
Yes, sir. Oh, that should be going to that 24-hour target on Netflix.
I got 83s for Friday.
I see 8150 on the 24-hour first. All right, if we do not have enough here, we got to go back for it, right? So start looking back to your left at what we can bounce off of or what we can reclaim. Do you see this box right here, the structure? We can use that. Come here, you little shit. All right, those two levels now, as I literally speak it, we wick it, literally. Would we? Hood is just punched down on the 5-minute. It has a gap. This was, again, we were kind of looking at this target or overhead at 78. But if this one sinks any lower, yeah, it's probably best re-entered. Qs are still trying. Cost base is still working. So 612.50 is our warning sign. This is 3 times now. Decent candle close there on the 32nd. All right, that's 613, folks. You're $1 away from your motherfucking target.
Could you look over Getty when you get a minute?
Yeah, just a second. How many of you on TikTok swung the Qs to the upside? Yeah, IWM did pull back, but IWM is famous for doing this and then reversing itself. So look at that box underneath you on the 5-minute and watch this 263.75 here. All right, so hopefully everybody on the Qs has trimmed, gotten your risk off the table. We're $1 away, which is still pretty far away for the Qs. And we're literally dead slap center in between where we had to get from and where we need to go. So this is where we're doing that lower time frame analysis to try and spot this. I took Tesla as well. Yeah, I already got out of Tesla. Not bad. 500% on Tesla. I'm trying to manage. Kava just went and tapped 8180. Perfect. Kava's 200, and for me, I'm 280%. Sorry, guys. If you guys have questions right now, I got shit I'm managing right now. So, yep. Get your risk off the table. The spread is a little trash on Kava, so you're gonna need to try to find a balance on that. We'll hold on to a piece of it. Yep. So just for anybody watching, especially those of you who are new, this is an earnings setup, right, on Kava that I like, right? And it's simple, folks. I'd look for this. I want consolidation or some sort of pressure. And this is an earnings trade that I'll take because it is literally pushing, or the only thing directly in front of it is that empty space. So
Thought Kava had earnings yesterday.
last night, yeah, it did. But I mean, finishing up this morning, I guess. Sorry. Andromeda. Hey. Hey.
Yo, check out it again.
Say that one more time.
Double the account again.
You doubled the account again? Damn.
Look at the game price.
Let me see. Yo, let's go, dude. Let's
This shit
go.
feels illegal.
You said it feels illegal?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go, baby. 220% on Hood and 50% on TSLL. Let's go, Julius. Just BS talk, no money. Joey, get out of here. Get out of here while we make this bread. God, I'm making this bread with no sourdough kit, baby. Let's go. Q's, baby. Yeah, boy. It's all right. Everything
Damn, I
should
should have held. Fuck,
e-
man.
everything should be risk free. I had my target there for a reason.
This is just beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful.
All right, what do you 6:15 now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There you go. Bullish bias. I'm bias. I mean, I just saw this trade yesterday. We talked about a rip up into this empty space. We talked about how price would behave and the likely target of 614 to the upside. So being that we were closing close to at 609, we took upside positions basically targeting this 50% mark within the box with some hedges because we hadn't confirmed the trade, but here we are. Yo, this guy said FBI fraud. Let's go. Joey, listen, just because you got scammed by everybody else, don't take it out on me, bro. Sorry. Sorry that happened to you.
Hey,
Sorry
he's one
you...
of those guys that got burned a couple times, man.
I
He
get
just
it.
needs some
Yeah, I
help.
know where the anger comes from, and I resonate with it, but pipe down, you know? Also, it doesn't bother me. I enjoy it, but you can't bother me right now. CEG, dude. Yeah, who had CEG? Yeah, I didn't have that one, but fuck yeah, dude. All right, Q's. Just a little bit extra for the runners here to give me a little bit of an extra bag. Could be nice, would be nice, should be nice.
Hey, Potter, I got a question.
Yeah, what's up, boss?
I'm looking at the IWMs and it looks like it's playing a gap. What would you take it to be the downside?
To the downside? Right now, you're going to need to re-lose this floor over here to your left. Oh my God. All right, now. Let him go. Let him go. Start selling him to the dorks. Look at that target, baby. Touch it. Touch it. I love my job, dude. I fucking love my job. Sheesh. But yeah, we're gonna we're gonna need to re-lose that floor, which is perfectly marked out here. So let's start with this, right? Box, cost basis now, right? So careful, you have moved very, very quickly. This is an area that one could be contemplating. Actually, hold on, peep this. Oof. So I may be a little bit further down at 262.82. Yes, yes.
262.50.
Okay. Yes, if you have Qs, here's your signal, okay? Yes, sell, you should be reducing your risk. If you can leave some on the table for sure. And you can go down here to the 30-second time frame and you can go right? Draw a little box and you can let this motherfucker go. Come here. Touch the target and get rid of the rest of them. Did I call out this trade? I discussed this trade in depth yesterday. I felt like, I mean, maybe I'm just delusional and thinking that only to myself, but I felt like I gave a pretty clear blueprint of what I was expecting. So, damn, I don't have much capital, so I always exit early. If you have 3 contracts, you can place 3 targets extra bear, and you can trim each one. There it is. There it is, folks. Look at that shit, baby. Ah! Post your gains if you have any. Perfect, baby. Oh, more? Okay, I'll take some more. All right, hold on.
We're at the point now. It just could just fucking go. You know.
We're getting close. We'll
I might
see.
see a $2 candle out of nowhere.
6:14:70. I'm looking at the 3-minute here. All right, we did it. All the way, guys. Listen, trust empty space. Don't trust me. Don't trust me. Trust empty space. Don't trust me. Trust empty space. That's all I gotta say. Get it tattooed. Hey,
Trust Orange Man.
trust the
Come on, take
space.
250 for the 614s.
I got 332 or 322% for the 614.
Nice, Chad. That's Papa Chad right there, baby.
Yo, you get those off the floor?
I think he swung
I got
those.
them yesterday
Yeah,
after the close.
with Poppy.
Oh, after the close. Okay.
51 cents, and they're now 220, 230.
All right, guys. Yeah, we do need to start asking
Yeah, I paid a little
questions.
bit more.
We got to start asking questions. And Jen, you are correct. If we can rip past this, the next target would be 617 for any runners that are left on the table. However, all of my risk is gone. The profits are here. We're good to go. Great ass fucking trade. If you did get out of the trade too soon, ask yourself why. Why? Just ask why. Find out the answer, and we can go from there.
Did you take APP? Or
Brother,
no?
listen, that's a slippery APP right there. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get. But I was right, and that was a good bounce. But no, dude, it was too expensive. Good God, guys. Is anybody still holding the cues? Anybody still got this shit?
I got my one runner still. I put in an order for 250, but I canceled. It kept going.
Excellent. Excellent.
Damn, bro. I sold at 283. Shit's at $4 right now.
Got to leave some
That's all
something
right.
on the
That's
table,
okay.
baby.
You gotta
Yeah.
suck that up, brother.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we
It
know
is
the
what it is.
but did you follow the trade blueprint to the point, right? From point A to point
Yeah.
B, if you did that, you did your job. You did good, right? And the only reason that we feel otherwise is because it's still going. But could we just be waking up to go touch the 50% mark of this 30-minute little mass, right? Before, oh, what's that? A touch of the 6:15:21? Yes, sir, it is. So before we start letting our emotions get to us, did you do a good job? Did you take profit where you're supposed to? Then you have nothing to, you have nothing. The only thing that you can boil that down to is just FOMO. And that's okay. We don't have to react to it. But you still did a great job if you held and did exactly what we talked about. So how do I learn?
No complaints.
How do you learn this? You go to my YouTube channel, or you join me in the workshop on March 1st at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and you learn there.
$405% on the 614s.
405%. Ridiculous. No, I would turn your attention to IWM, which could flip back over. Yeah, look at, oh man, I'm money with that shit, baby. Look on the 5-minute. Look at the wick. So if that wick climbs up, you might have a chance to fill that back up. Now it does not have it does not have a good setup like the Qs in the same sense, but does have a decent overhead target at Are we listening to Mazzy Star right now? I'm not sad. 66 267. God damn, bro. I'm hyped up right now.
$400%.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys have any gains, post them. Love to see them. If you guys are on TikTok, throw your gains in the free Discord. Nice swing trade, guys. Damn, Tesla slapped. Q's slapped. PDD did not slap, by the way. I'm not down on it, but I think it might dump to maybe even late. It might even be today, but IWM curling for Pappy. I'm gonna throw a little risk on the table with that bad boy. 266 and 24. We'll try that bad boy. We need right here on that 5 minute 264. I got in at last minute, but still pulled 49%. All right, that's glorified chasing, but I'm glad you were able to get out of it. So, okay, Q's still going. If we keep the pressure on, I mean, it is possible to get to 617 today. But it is going to be 616 that is next as an overhead pressure, as an overhead target for fucking sure.
Nvidia's
gotta pull
pushing
back here a
up
little
in the
bit,
empty
right?
space.
We did a good job on this one. Damn it. What's up?
Nvidia.
Sorry. Got something in my throat. It does have a candle open outside of that 194, so that's a great start going into earnings. I mean, I see a 202.35 target, maybe 205. You know, this might be we have not had an earnings that's done anything on Nvidia, so this might be the exception here. So just FYI, as a precursor, if we do get to 617 and price does not or stops and starts grinding down at that point, because of the at that point, the farther away we get from that, the more likely I'll be taking a longer expiration hedge, hedge, as we look for a potential, because right now, folks, and it's not right now, but right now we need to be looking for what's above, right? And there is another play. So those of you, listen, those of you guys who missed this, do not waste your time and energy being upset about it. It is not, you're wasting your time, because in front of you is another potentially golden opportunity. And if it fails, right? If we fail to continue moving higher, or even lose that 613.75 today, you're looking at a retest and a pullback. So just throwing that out here, we're ripping fast, real fast. And so if we're going to rip fast, we need to break something. And have we done that? No, we have not. We have broken, obviously, we broke that 610 and swung it up into the 614s. But now the question is, is price able to continue above this 615.85, or even the wicks over here at 616 to get up into this 617 to get up into that empty space? So either way, there's still opportunities here. And if you are looking for an intraday, pullback off to fill up this empty space, you're going to have to be on the lower time frame.
Oh my god, APP. Oh,
Are you in it?
I am, dude.
Good, dude. I'm living vicariously through you.
About $5.
Damn,
Contract
Chad.
now.
Chad, that's a bag right there, dude. That's 458 dang percentages, boy.
That was a
Pretty
low risk too.
Yep. Pretty cool thing we got going on right now, boy. Now a little bit of 30-second action here. Look at all this right there. I guess I'm the only one happy, even though it was fake money. Bell, to see yourself being able to operate inside of a strategy is something you should be proud of. Yeah, give yourself that that grace, if you will. Can anybody on Weeble teach me how to screenshot the gains? Yeah, Extra Bear, do you have an iPhone? Are you trading on your phone? If not, it should be Windows Shift. Wait, hold on. Wah! I gotta change my alert, dude. That shit's creepy. Yeah, I'd probably go ahead and get that. I don't know. That's not what you want to see up there. Look at me. Yeah, right? Yeah. You're... How many of you guys on TikTok that were able to grab something or make money today? I hope there was a decent amount of you. Did IWM reject? It did, yeah. It did. It did. It failed to grab hold of the floor. I'll clear those out. Still, it might build, actually. We might end up building into that. So let's take a look at IWM, because this one is actually really curious, guys. Let's take a look at this real quick. So far on the 24-hour time frame, right? Can't even really get over this overhead. Didn't get anywhere close to 266. However, that would be the retest level plus that 267, because, yes, we do have empty space underneath us. Moving over here, right, we're being held down by that overhead 265, and we're revisiting, or at least we are, or did, excuse me. Let's look at the 2-hour. So we haven't even really touched the floor. So it might be down at 262.75 or 262.55 that we see a retest. However, right, to my point, that right there, right, would need to, and it looks like sellers have not passed the baton, or they have not gotten the candle close that they're looking for. So if they're unsuccessful in driving this price down through this range, then you could look at for sure a reversal back up to the upside. And because that over, or that high, is 265, you would, and it's empty space until you get there, a strong enough bounce would allow for price to move overhead 265, and we could look up at 266. Obviously, that's what I'm looking for right now, so I'll hang on. QQQ back on the move. Oof. Boy, there. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock right now. It's 30 seconds until 10 o'clock, so we'll see if this gives us that extra pump, or if we come back here and retest that 213.90. So we'll go ahead and expand this.
Hey, Garrett, can you check out Amazon when you get a chance?
Sure. Potential. Okay, looking good on the 3-minute, pushing. 5-minute. Okay, 211.14. So with the 24. So it's getting closer, right? It's getting closer, and the target overhead is very clearly and obviously 212.50. I mean, the candle looks good there on the higher time frame. However, okay, 30-minute. Man, yeah, you're really fighting for that level, aren't you? So I mean, we got to keep this simple here, right? And it's not much leeway here. But if you were to get into this trade, you'd probably set a 210.30 stop loss with probably about a week or two in front of you. Depending on what your target is. If it's that 217, I'd probably say a week. Here's a new high here. If you have any runners on the queues, good God, bro. 217 is all the way up here. This is a bounce level for KDP. QQQ is stronger than SPY? So far, yeah. Stop it! Alright, I'll look at you though. Alright, okay. I'll take him another opportunity to make a bag, if that sets up. So what do we need to do here on Reddit? We need to read it. 149.65. I don't like how much that thing looks like it will drop off a cliff, so I need to make sure that we're above that sell level. But it is technically above 151 or 152.44 that we have nothing but net up to 160s or into the 160s. There's Amazon. No shit. Yeah, hey, that could be the start. Chad, are you still looking at Microsoft as an option? It's got a good setup now. $400 is a target right now.
No, I still don't believe it. I've gotten faked out on that too many times, but we'll see.
Yeah,
If
I
it
hate
sustains it next week, I might jump in.
Welcome, Lynn. Look at me.
But yeah, it definitely popped good today for sure.
Yeah.
I hope I think Neil was looking at getting in, and so was Jorge, I think, was also talking about that.
Which one?
Microsoft. You guys were calling it up.
Nah, I don't think that
I
was
had
me.
it backwards.
Damn, Meta had a good setup this morning. Man, where's
Looks like software's trying to make a comeback right now, but we'll see.
Bill Gates admits to affairs with 2 Russian women while married to Melinda, apologizes to staff for past Epstein ties. I did nothing illicit. I saw nothing illicit. I mean, do we expect anybody to be like, yeah, I did some crazy shit on Epstein's Island? Like, no, I don't expect any of those motherfuckers to do that, especially when they have billion-dollar motherfucking businesses. They will die lying. And he may not have. But damn, son, you made a terrible decision. What awaits you at that level of richness? Endless temptation. Look at me. He said I was a victim too. I'm looking at it right now, guys. Listen, I'm hands off, right? I'm chilling. It's 10 o'clock or a little bit past 10 right now. Targets have been hit. Money has been made. However, right, as far as IWM is concerned, not yet. I'm sorry. I can't justify that move, that rejection or downside trade. Honestly, there's still a lot of upside potential here. Yeah, there's still a lot of upside potential here. Back up above 263.85 and above your open, which is 264.30. So yes, the workshop is March 1st. You can sign up on my website. Also, Alex, just make a footnote of this because we're gonna need to. But everybody who does get the workshop, the one that doesn't have any like months on it, I'm giving people 2 months. To anybody who takes the live workshop, So that way they have time. And if they show up, if you show up and you do the workshop, I think you deserve it. So, yeah. No, the workshop will not be done on the. It's not only going to be done on the weekend. So, anybody who got the workshop within the last month, Alex, gets an extra 2 months. Yeah. So yeah, they get 2 months in the Discord. All right, Reddit is still holding that high here, but I'm not sure I really appreciate it as much as I'd like, or as much as I'd like to at the moment. Okay, so that is that overhead target. It's not bad. Curious. Will the workshop be posted to watch the same day as class? Typically, yes.
Damn, Kava took off.
I'm holding Kava. Still. Kaka? Yep. Yeah, I still have some runners on that bad boy, but dude, that did exactly. I love this system, man. I don't know, dude. This shit's fucking crazy. Look at that, right off the wicks, 8350 to the diddly dot, dude. No diddy.
Hey Potter, did you cut your PDD?
No, man, that's super low risk. I'm gonna hang on to it as long as it
Okay,
hangs.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm just gonna hold it.
I'm gonna hang on to it.
It hasn't really lost a lot.
It hasn't. No. Now I'm not super fond of the fact that it hung on to that one, or is losing that 107. And if we zoom in here, you've got a box basically sitting here. Our best case scenario is it doesn't, well, as it literally dumps in front of us, but is it doesn't leave or lose this range. I'm gonna throw this out there though. That's a little sketchy. So, you know, if you do want to get out or just get back in, you can do that as well. So, Alex Trade sent me here. He said you're better than him.
Qs are testing a floor.
I am. Q's testing the floor, says Chad. Yes, they are. Fuck yeah. Cool. Nice fast dumper.
Or could you look at Tesla? I got in puts around 418 because of the zero DTEs now on Wednesday.
You said
I'm just trying to figure out the best spot to take profit on the 5 minute.
On what? On what was the ticker? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Tesla, I got it in 415 puts around like 418 because they have the zero DTEs now for Wednesdays.
Ooh, okay. Damn, I sold my contract. Oh, who did I sell my contracts to, dude? That shit. Oh, sorry. I see 413.40, but as I zoom down, right, that level shifts, and you're. That's not super clean. So yeah, I see it right here. I mean, we're basically where you're heading to now is the first retest level, and then if you lose that, you'll be eating that back up. I'm getting out low.
I was looking like 413.83 ish. It's already.
That's a good short though. I mean, damn, dude. I think about that every single time I sell my contracts and it completely reverses. And I'll go look back at the contract that I purchased, and it's like, dude, ugh. If they knew that contract was up, 500% this morning, would that have changed things?
Yeah, with Tesla though, it'll go down
because they're
doing $5, but it could be back up within like 3 hours later. So, you can get killed both ways. That's why I like the system because I can get out real quick before it bounces if it does.
I've been in Tesla since 170 a share. Oh, nice job, dude. Yeah, I just swung this and actually I held that for 2 days. Floor got reclaimed. I played it up to the floor well, I thought with Brother John. Brother John abandoned me in my moment of need. I was doing a confession with him, and as I laid out my Tesla sins, he abandoned me for TSLL. But that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, floor got reclaimed, and then it shot up into cost bases, so juicy. Saudi upping its oil output, anticipated Iran U.S. escalation. Yeah, look at that.
Potter, what do you think about AMD? I mean,
Sure.
please.
Did you always have a drum set behind me? No. I've had this. It's electric drum set, but no. I beat the tar out of that thing in the morning. Get all my anxiety out. Interesting. AMD. See that
imbalance down below.
By the way, you're getting a second opportunity to sell Kava if you have it. I see 83. Is anybody in Kava? Did anybody take that with me or with us? Could this move sell all the way off on the Qs? Yes, it could. Yes, it could absolutely sell all the way off without clearing that 617. It is possible. So what are you looking for on AMD? What do we want to accomplish here? Because one of the things I see here that I'm not a huge fan of is that wick, and the fact that you are being held down at that exact area, which does mean that if you can clear it, right, and clear those wicks at 219, which would be the first overhead target here, that's where you could potentially see more upside. And there is a 231 target directly up above you, but we're not moving, right? I don't know anything about Kava. Sorry, I'm new. Do not apologize for questions with me. Don't
Thank
do
you.
that.
Yeah, my target is 230.
230.
Thank you,
Oh,
Potter.
to the upside. Okay, that's a great target.
Yes.
Great target. So let's map that out. And yes, I am using TradingView. So first of all, this pops out right immediately, pretty clean, pretty tasty. We've got a box that we did shoot through, right? Plain and simple. We shot through the box. No, we're gonna keep that candle closed there. And then that wick. So we're building the skeleton right now. And we're gonna give it some meat. All right, so 2-hour time frame. So you have retested what you need to retest and have held on to what you need to hold on to potentially make this move. Now let's zoom in to see how that's actually performing and what needs to happen to get out of here. So this is where we can find clarity. 216.60 is clarity, right? Now let's map this out even better because we can do that. So that's our overhead resistance potential long call. But what are we bouncing off of and what can't we lose? Beautiful. And again, 50% mark, always on the money, 210.30 directly underneath us. And you're retesting that very small empty space up above you. So you're kind of in limbo. So in order to see this thing clear or move to the upside, it's going to start with a 216.60 break, but it's also going to be, I mean, really just pushing. I mean, seriously, a green candle closing right above that candle close that drives down price so hard. So again, where wicks are, and there is uniformity there, that's where sellers are pushing off of, but where the candle closes is where the control is at. And so 214.80 candle close, and you probably will shift over that 216. So yeah, MU is on steroids.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. IWM is weak. I'm not going to argue that at all. It is weak. If you are looking for like a Gambolini downside, which again has not triggered at all, and I'm only calling it I'm calling it a gamble because if you do not have a trigger, then yeah, it is a gamble. But underneath that 262.80 or below this low, you'd be looking for a first 262.30. It is possible to potentially see a move down to 261 though, if we lost the floor, which is typically a little bit tougher. So I would say two straightforward targets would be here and here to the downside if you lose that low. Kava's still holding up there, pretty sweet. Let's take a look at Move back over here to the cues here. All right, so not a very solid. Literally was just about to say, not a very solid response to that floor. So you're either going to need to wick down and pop back up to try to displace sellers to get what you need. But this is the 4th time here. So if you do not perform with all of that empty space underneath you, you're going to fall. So what do they need to break? Step 1 is there. Now, you don't really have a ton of empty space up above you, so that's good. What the fuck? Benzinga is a news stream. All right, 50% of that empty space first. Small response, not very good. So you might end up getting that whole thing if you can't keep falling. And there's the first reaction off of the imbalance. Doesn't really give off a very strong bounce, so there's not a ton of volume here. So probably going to get that whole enchilada. Did anybody not understand what they just saw? Did anybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 3rd bounce, what happens? So look, first bounce, which is just you continue and just continuation, but 2nd bounce, new high. 3rd bounce, retest. 4th bounce, right? Or 3rd bounce. Damn, the imbalance held. You don't really get a lot, right? You're immediately pushed back down. You don't even get to retest that 216. So every bounce gets weaker, right? It's almost like when you skip a stone across water, right? Couple bounces and then you lose momentum and then you sink. Damn, that was a good metaphor or analogy right there. Write that down.
Hey, Potter, what kind of hoodie is that you got on?
Nike. I have a this is from a military outlet thing on TikTok. What I'm trying to describe, and again, it's just a metaphor, but when you have momentum to, and it's not like the rock is going to bounce up into the sky, right? So the metaphor, I guess, or the analogy dies there. But what I'm trying to show you is that we are gauging how price performs off of the levels, just like the imbalance, right? Where does this bounce get us, and how do we get there? Do we bounce fast, right? Do we retest quickly? Then there's a chance that it might come right back down. So, I didn't understand. This is how I, again, react to floors or watch floors is I gauge how much volume are we able to pull off of that floor. And the more you bounce off of something, when you bounce off of something, you're trying to retest or pull volume off of it for continuation to the upside. And if that is failing, you probably are going to have to go. I use, again, mountain climbing as a way to kind of look at it, because if you don't have the supplies you need to keep climbing the mountain, you're going to have to go back to a different base camp and go and refill on those supplies. And that's oftentimes where those retests come from. Especially, again, when you're climbing a mountain and there's nothing but empty space underneath you or a sheer face, more than likely, if you can't grab onto that ledge off whatever volume you pulled off of underneath you, you're going to be slipping and falling further. So it's cool to watch, though. Yeah, whoever just joined the Discord, welcome. Make sure you DM me when you do join whatever you do get workshop. Let me know where you're coming from.
So Potter,
Yeah.
where do you say to yourself, it's ranging a little bit and I'm going to get eaten up by theta or whatever, and then get out just because of that?
Where do I say
Never.
that?
Yeah.
When you're trying to break something, right? So like when if I don't want to be a part of the effort, right? So when we hit a major overhead resistance after exhausting, right, ourselves, there's going to be an area above us, which we have just tapped, and there's going to be an area up below us that we had to break to get there. And I would assume that typically I assume that the first, those two levels will be where price has to negotiate and build into whatever the next move is likely going to be. So floors or in between two structures or two boxes, that's always going to be the most difficult areas to trade, or trying to break anything, any higher time frame 24-hour level is going to be tough. So did we move up this fast on any news? I mechanically speaking, if I didn't know that there was the State of the Union yesterday, I mean, I did, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, gap, empty space up above. So I mean, this was just in the chart for me. So listen. Okay, so actually, funny enough, every day
NVIDIA earnings tonight too, by the way.
That is also true. Yes.
That might be a catalyst or potential.
Yeah, and this could even be propping price up for that earnings. Why 5? What do you? Oh shit, that's right. Your field trip. Where is it at? Starcastle. Holy sh! Who did? Oh, okay. Do you need more money? You sure? They're not gonna have food there? Just take it all. I don't like cash. Just take all of it. Just take it. Take all the cash. I don't want it. I don't like cash. It's gross. Only like fresh $100 bills. Ugh. I'm not saying I don't like money. I'm saying I don't like ones and 20s, and those are yucky. Look at that bounce floor. Hot dog. Someone's out there like, did that guy just say hot dog? Damn, look at that bounce level. So that's the 614. That was our target, right? That's our structure. That's what we had to break to get here. So that's going to be the first level. And now we can go back down here and investigate, right? What are we doing? So we know that's the imbalance, right? Also 614. Got the 613.91 underneath us. I want my man to do that. How do we train them to do it? I don't know. You got to ask Peyton on that one. It's just the path of least resistance. It's like buying your wife food before she says she's hungry. You know it's coming. Just
being proactive. That's cool,
yeah,
man.
Proactive. You see your partner's needs, and you keep them from the shit.
What do you think about Snow for earnings? It's
Hey,
kind
man.
of janky.
He said janky. Yeah, so yesterday I said 171. Dude, Snow is in it does, I mean, blow through shit on earnings. So again, I usually go look at what was my first instincts tell me, which again, my instincts are refined by using this strategy. It's not just loosely based, but 190 would be the first overhead target. But again, I look at what type of resistance is above that, and there's little to none. So 204 could be a potential target if you punch through the box on a good enough earnings. Now, because price is moving up before earnings, right, and it offers a retest before that occurs, then you could be actually setting up for continuation to the downside, which because you have already dumped so much, it wouldn't be that much. It would be 150. Never tried lines too long. Oh, dude, I thought I thought you were making a joke based off the fact that he asked for snow. And then you said like never tried the lines too long. Like, why do you cut the line at half? No, I was kidding. Potter, I used the strat efficiently, but I got out of my position early, missed 300%. So when a pilot, right, learns how to fly a plane via simulation and reading and studying and stuff like that, the pilot is also refining when he's really in the cockpit. That's not a word. Cockpit. Made it even worse by slowing it down. But you're when you're actually using this system, that's when you are practicing or learning to trust it. You could sit there and read about my strategy, watch me do this, and get excited about it. But you're going to need to learn to trust your ability. A lot of people won't. It's a hard thing to admit that you don't trust yourself to do the right thing, but that's the first step in taking accountability for your actions and then trying to refine your behavior or your reactions. And because you're doing this within a system, right? You have boundaries, you have structure to build that off of. But you're going to only, I mean, I did the same thing too. I mean, I figured this strategy out and still sold myself short constantly. The only reason, right? Again, all of the lessons that I teach are from pain, are from missing, are from, oh, fuck, damn. Okay, well, every single time I mark out the first green candle to my left, it goes there. And I just TP'd way too early. And I just watched these contracts triple, double in price. And pain. How do I solve this problem? How do I okay, let me trade it from point A to point B. And well, I'm getting scared even though I made that rule from point A to point B. So how do I adjust? I repeat to myself like a fucking lunatic. It either works or it doesn't. It either works or it doesn't. It either works or it doesn't. And I do that because mantra, regardless of what anybody thinks, does help and does help you persevere through certain things. For me, that's just a personal thing, but like for me, reminding myself it either works or it doesn't. It's a low risk position. I'm testing my theory out. And of course, after seeing this happen, after seeing Kava, right? Seeing Kava happen, and this is just something, again, I don't need to explain this to a lot of you in the Discord, but empty space gets filled. And it gets filled to the point. 8350 has been the target since we started talking about it. And it's exactly where the fuck it hit. And so you learn to trust the system, but then you learn not to leave opportunities on the floor and you build a system for that. I obviously reduce my risk.
These are building again.
Yeah, they are. I reduce my risk at major price points and then let my runners go to the target. And I do lower time frame analysis like we've been doing on the queues, right? To measure or to mark out what needs to hold on the journey upwards. And that's where, the most time is taken, or I have to dedicate the most time there. Yeah, look at this. Let's give it the box. But I mean, isn't that life?
Over cost basis on the smaller time frame.
On queues, I have it reaching cost basis. Yeah, you better behave.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Arlen. I appreciate that. I think you need more coffee. Funny enough, yeah. Yo, they picked up. I said cockpit, and he said, "Yeah, you got me secondhand, stupid." Also, that's a great screen name. And profile picture. It's a fucking gnome dancing in a field. That's the type of shit I'm on, man. That's what whenever I think about Jorge, I imagine him doing something like that, except for avocados. No. Sometimes I have like a speech. I'd be talking think about it. I'd be laying down like 4 hours of straight yappage. Can I check IWM? All right, yeah, we'll do it. Really quickly before I move on, QQQ does have control. Okay, it is fighting for that floor, but be careful for a reversal here because you did not build a sustainable floor underneath you. You're actually zooming in right here. Funny enough, you're sitting right there. And so if you lose this, you'll wick into that. Like that. And that might be what can get you the bounce that you need to get back up. You leaving? Be safe, please. I can't. I can't. Your phone is on some other shit. You got like some app on there that blocks me. Your phone, and I think you bought the cheater phone. Let me see. Make sure, yeah, you said you. I don't know, we got AI now, so maybe ask it. By the way, if you're on TikTok and you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go check it out. This is the educational playlist. Must watch. Do you see that, guys? Do you see that on the cues? Boing. All right, anyway, back to IWM over here to our right. This is your last chance, I think. Pulling yourself up right here. So let's zoom in even further, and I'll help you. Hey. Be nice. I have to tell all three of you. Oh my God, get out of here. That's her burner phone? No, so we have each other's GPS for, you know, obviously when we're driving around town and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Ooh, espresso tonic, baby. All right, guys. I'm gonna if you guys need any help, I gotta make this espresso tonic. So can I show it on TikTok? Show what on TikTok? Oh, the phone thing? Oh, she's leaving now. So real quick on this, check this out, right? Obviously we do not need to lose this low right here. Box over 263.35. It should be pretty easy to go fill that range back up to 264, and that's where you can get the rest of it in a full reversal to the upside. I'm not sure on TTD, man. Hims. Yeah, that was a really nice pop back up for sure. And definitely could get this thing rolling in the right direction. However, you are at cost basis right now. If QQQ breaks 615, it's going up, up, up. That's going to be based on a 24-hour candle close because we still have a lot of barbed wire on a lower time frame. And I would actually say, again, we can't. Yes, I mean, yes, if we can get over it's actually 617 right here on the lower time frame. And that would be the next target overhead for sure. If we can break 616, we're looking at 617. Excuse me. On the 3-minute, however, it is struggling in areas that it needs to break, which is, again, just temporary at the moment. But thank you guys for tapping your screen if you guys are on TikTok. If anybody else has any gains out there on TikTok, post them inside of the Discord. Right now, this is where, I mean, if you are still long with runners, you could place a hedge, right? You could be placing some sort of hedge to the downside, cheap, low risk. Look at least 50% of this run. 614 would be one of the first. Well, we'd already tapped that one, so we'd be looking a little bit further down. Again, if we lose this, you've got 613.80. And then this, oh man, right as I'm talking about it. How do I avoid hitting my stop loss on the way up? I saw this move, but I hit my stop loss. Was your stop loss aligned with so you want to align yourself with something that is structural. Um, nice job, Abe. I'm sorry, what's your name? We'll say okay, V. Yeah, so and I don't know if you're in the queues, but you would want to set yourself up with a stop loss that is structural or that is lined up with something that has to hold. So like, as I was just discussing earlier, we needed to hold that 615. So if you were long, you would set a trail stop on that. Guys, we are looking at a potential pullback through this punch down on the 32nd. This is going to bring us down to 613.90 if we lose this floor here. How many plays do I have? One going. Scrub, if you just filled in that hedge, you could go ahead and start reducing your risk. That was nuts. That was fire. But usually at one time, man, I'm probably in maybe three to four plays. I do not spread myself thin, and I know what I'm capable of. And that's about it. There are some times where I have, I might have like 6 or 7 like longer expiration leap setups there, but yeah. So this is all empty space, so it is liable to get retested. But right now for sellers, you would want to keep it below 614.59. So if you were short V, you want to make sure your stop loss is set in a place that's going to hold. You want to set it at a floor. So like 614, but your entries and your stop losses typically they don't always need to be right on the at each other, but you need to be able to align your stop loss with something that will essentially give you the opposite signal. So what is IWM?
Hey Garrett, will you look at my my call, what I posted in the bubble, my chart?
See. What's that? Is that that's on the cues?
Yeah,
That is correct. Yeah, I mean your box is right on the money.
that's what 4 hour. It's on a
Right.
4 hour.
Yep. So I shouldn't move my stop loss up with the play. I was long at open. No, you definitely can. Yeah, you can set that trail stop, but you need to make sure that your trail stop is set on something that again represents the loss of control for buyers. And so like, like I said, 614 earlier was one of those areas to set a potential stop loss on. But you're welcome to send me your charts in the free Discord or post your charts and I can and you can show me what you're talking about so I can get a better visual idea. But I mean, most of the time, and I'll be teaching this in the workshop, we are aligning our stop loss with something that is structural or does basically give us a downside signal. And for us right now, that's 614, which is, again, hold on before I move any further and confuse you. When you reclaim a floor, that is what you will bounce off of. So me saying 614 isn't just an empty statement. It's the floor. It's our target from yesterday, right? And so that would be what you need to maintain. If you reclaim it, you got to hold it. Actually, it's funny. Me and Manny share our location with each other. We did it when I was traveling to Miami so you could see where I was. We just left it on. Where is he at right now? Let's see. Is anybody in Miami do a little pit stop for me? Oh, he's at the crib. Listen, IWM getting bent over like this, you have very little to catch you right now. You do have a 262 level directly underneath you. This is a major floor. But again, if you're trying to catch this right now, you probably could have already grabbed something. No, Manny's not the avocado guy. No. I don't even think he likes avocados. So I just joined and I'm in the Discord. What can I do to get started? Did you get the workshop, Andrew? Or did you get the monthly? Macchiato, the lady, sorry. You could go to my website. There'll be a little Discord nodule, potterstockstrading.com. And right here, if you click on that, that'll take you to the free Discord. We got to change that, Alex. That's probably they're so damn tiny and they need labels on them. Okay, if you got the monthly, man, the monthly is basically like a trial, where you're able to watch our lives, watch the live in the Discord, ask questions. But I do and will adamantly say that if you get the monthly, that's fine. But the end result needs to be you either A, taking the workshop or going through the YouTube video or YouTube educational playlist. So that way you have the thing that makes our Discord great is that everybody's on the same page, or everybody's getting on the same page, or everybody's helping somebody else get on the same page. So that way, again, we're all speaking the same language, we're all looking for the same exact thing, or different versions of the same exact thing, because we have people with small accounts, we have people with a lot of capital, a little bit of capital, medium capital. So, everybody's watch list, might be a little bit different. So that's what the goal, that's, years ago when I did the first workshop, I said these words exactly. I said, my goal is to build a beehive, a place where everybody's looking at the exact same thing. Uniformity, and that way we're acting as almost one entity. A great the Eye of Sauron ass looking type Discord. So the annual is just the yearly with the workshop, and everything else is included with it. So in the workshop we do have there's a app that I use called Know It. And it's a little finicky, but it's a testing platform for you to actually go test yourself on the material, and it does a good job. I've back tested it. It's there's a couple questions that or a couple of questions that it really fucked up because I was joking about something and then it took it as a serious answer. So
I got alert on coin.
a good bounce on IWM. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Somebody asked me about that this morning. I have a target of 178, 71, 79. Reddit's finding a floor. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Still need a little bit more out of this one for the bigger move, which is what we're trying to catch. So not bad, not bad. 24-hour setup isn't as clean as I'd like it to be. Yo, peep this, guys. Look, just a random stock. Cost basis. Donkulous. Also, if anybody is watching MP, random little play here, but over 60-65, you got a nice pocket to 62, $2 move. What's my analysis on IWM? We're in limbo right now, my brother. I am trying to interpret whether this is acting as our most recent 4th rejection and also overall close to 8th rejection overhead. And this is not going to be something that I'm able to quantify until we've lost our floor or we bounce back up and broke it. So my analysis today is IWM is in range and we're looking for that range to break. If it does break, you're looking at a target immediately to the downside at 260, 250. If it bounces, which it did leave a ass ton. In fact, this might be the moment that we see whether or not it has what it takes, but it left a nice little pocket of empty space up there, which will make a reversal at some point, if it's in the cards, pretty relatively easy. So we're going to see right now, actually. cost basis. I never knew what he was saying when he said that. So sometimes I pick up like a different accent when I say cost. I caught myself saying like cost basis. Started to sound like some of these cats in here, man.
Hey, Potter.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, brother. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. So looking at cues,
Mm-hmm.
it's hit the floor, I guess 3 times, and it's tried to pull volume
Right.
each time. I'm on the 30-second leg here.
Oh.
So, and looking at the trend, is it fair to say that if we
You're
hit
about to pop
the
up here in
floor,
about sorry, real quick. We're about to pop up, I think, here in just a moment and go and test back up here while also simultaneously, I'm just throwing this out there for anybody who's watching. I think we might, yeah, watch this to pop up here and hit 615. But anyway, finish what you're saying. I'm sorry, man.
yeah, and but then after that, head down is where I was going.
That is
It was good.
So that's going to be dictated by how we get there, right? If this happens
Quickly.
boing, lightning
Yeah.
fast, then we have the probability of doing that. But what happens is when we go here, right, we'll probably look for a floor to retest, and that's where we'll look over to our right. You have 614, right, as a potential area to retest off of. But if it can reclaim that floor and push through this box, then obviously we're looking at potentially setting off these triggers above. But to your point, yes, how much more volume are we going to pull off of thin air, right? Off of that 614 before it fails. So I agree wholeheartedly that, yeah, if we fail and show that there is no more volume in order to succeed through a punch back here and move past 615.57, then this could be what brings this candle back down, for sure. So
Thanks. Thank you.
yeah, at first I thought he was saying crawl spaces because he kept saying floor. That's funny. I love that. That's pretty. You said BA punch down through cost spaces. Put BA puts if we punch through cost spaces. Ah, I see what you're trading. Okay, so you got a higher time frame range, but a 24-hour. So this is a box that's already been punched through, right? And I know that's hard to see because it's easy to just wrap it all together. But in reality, you dipped and then you ripped, right? So we're going to reuse, look at that, right? We're going to reuse those price points. So it technically, right, wouldn't be until we have confirmation under 227, which is still a great setup. So what order block do I use? I'll show you a BA. All right, Gray Dog. Damn, calm down, dude. He's gonna pull his Boeing out, guys. Get him out of here. By the way, if you're in the Discord, I know this is off topic, but if you're in the Discord and your kid is around and I'm on speaker, I let me know, all right, and I'll censor myself a little bit greater. Don't overuse it because you just don't want to hear me say stuff, but yeah, nah. If you have kids, somebody yesterday I said something and they're like, "Oh, my kid heard that." I was like, "Oh fuck," I feel terrible. But if they're not, cool. Nah, it helps them grow. Yeah, they're gonna go to school and be like, "Yeah, my mom and dad were watching Big Green Dinguses together." No, they didn't. No, they Gray Dog. Don't say that. Don't say that, dude. Please don't say that. When I enter calls, how far out are you going with them next week or a month? Andrew, it depends on the setup that I've identified. So anything that I'm trading right now, right, on the Q's lower time frame would be this today or tomorrow's expiration. However, if I was looking at a much bigger play, right, which guys, I cannot tell you that if we get another rejection here, I'm going to be the biggest bear on planet Earth. But anyway, if I was looking, say, up to that 628, I would probably choose a week and a half out. So my daughter said she felt bad for you this morning because you were just trying to talk stocks and everyone picked on you for your pimple. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've endured a lot, you know, it's okay. My son did ask what is hot dog water. The only way to teach him is to give it to him, man. That's one of the first initiations I did for my children to fully welcome them into the family. I put hot dog water in their baby bottles. Well, I did put some adaptogens in there as well to help with brain health, but you know, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Mine's the only 3, so she doesn't know what's happening. That's a good place to be, man. I wish I could go back to where I don't remember what's happening. We're in a lull right now. We're in a little lull right now. So if you're trading right now, just take a little breather. Let's watch and see where price goes. Where did Q's do that thing that I was just talking about? Nah, they didn't. But damn, are they chopping on that floor, baby? Why does it keep going back to Mazzy? Not feeling romantic right now, dude? What are we doing here? If you did miss anything today, or you missed any of the trades that we took, you know, again, this is business as usual. So be patient. Trading makes me excited for the morning. Uh-oh. Last chance university right now. If you do not recover the floor on a bounce,
Yeah, I never got you to look at Rigetti.
Rigetti. Oh shit. Let me see what the
Yeah.
spaghetti is looking like. Oh shit. Well, that was a great trade if you took it out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of consolidation. Could be exhausted here. There's that floor. Here we go. Anyway, so what needs to happen now? That needs to happen now. That needs to happen now. That's what you've hit this morning. Boom, bada bing. That would be the target if you can punch over both of them. All right, Q's non-responsive off the floor here. However, hold on. All right. There it is. Bounce. This is a great time to be learning right now. Even if you're not trading, we're learning, right? How did Potter find that bounce? I'm not that smart, guys. I just see boxes. I could teach my cat to do this. box, right? Volume
How
underneath
about your
us.
dog? You teach
Nah,
your dog to do that?
you know, I feel like dogs have too much anxious energy. You know what I mean? It's
Well, I'm as dumb as a cat then.
oh my god. He said meow. Everything right now that's happening is going to be quick and fast. The bigger move is over. If you are taking a hedge that we talked about here, if you still have those hedges, then you could here we go. Again, off the wicks right here. I think that's where we touch. Come touch it. Come touch it. Touch it. I was off 3 cents, but oh, I see why I'm off. There you go. 2 wicks touching the same exact price point. Bounce. Retest. This is going to be tough to trade, and especially after 10:30 or after 11 o'clock, right? You're going to be mostly looking for, I mean, pops, moves up like that, but sustained moves to the downside, right? We're going to have to zoom out. And yes, 614 being lost definitely could usher in continuation to the downside. Trying to see where we broke here, 15-minute. $613.75, which I believe I did talk about earlier. Yeah, so if we do, I would actually say if we do lose this low, we have another target down at around 612.50, directly underneath us. So I think this little tiny channel is going to let us know the potential here. How do I like silver? He said I taste Cody when I burp. Closed hedge? Dude, Scrub, how did that work, bro? How was that hedge, dude? That was nuts. You got a great fill on that one. I mean, what do we expect when price hits a 24-hour, 4-hour level that you spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times rejecting? It has been the floor. So to expect that to break without doing some lower time frame, bouncing back and forth and building, right? That's naive. So we need to be looking and waiting. Now, of course, reversals on this, like I said, that 613, yeah, basically the top of this box right here, that's where you would see continuation and potentially a full reversal. But no, I didn't make my tonic espresso, motherfucker. All right, give me 1 second. Espresso tonic. Look at that, dude. Baseball. I left the orange peel in there. No, I do. I need that. Okay, there it is. There it is. I can't hear you if you're talking to the mic, but damn, that bounce level was redonkulous. Now, watch that pocket of empty space up to 615 through this lower time frame punchback. over 614.55. It might open that door. Retest there. Oh, I definitely have ADHD. Primary is options. 8 good PLTR calls. Good morning to you. I don't know why TikTok is ghosting you from me. Yeah, you're gonna have to set an alert in the Discord. If you're on Discord, or yeah, if you're in Discord, I can't hear you right now. Just give me a second. I'm watching Price and making a drink. I did not get Netflix. Well, I loaded up on Silver this morning. I'll take a look at Silver. I'm watching it. I'm watching these queues right now. See if we keep getting this money. Have you heard of this competition? That's the competition that I'm likely going to be enrolling in. Yes, I have.
Dude, there are some names on there that I want you to beat.
Yeah.
Like I sent you the screenshot of the names. I can
I can't even
I
pronounce some
mean,
of those names.
yeah.
What's the name of the competition?
It's the United
yeah.
States Investing Championship, which I would like to do.
Yeah. So I haven't DM'd you ever yet. But if I ever do DM you, there'll be a few names in that list that I want you to make them drink some dog water. Please. And thank you.
Watch for the bounce off the floor, perhaps, here. Yeah, Qs have that little entry, but it looks like they might be failing here. Making espresso. There's the floor right there, bouncing. Hold on, I have my headphones off. If anybody's talking in the Discord, just give me a second. At worst, maybe you wick here, but they're driving it. Right here. If they can bounce it right there, they'll get it, but how come since you've called Rusty Rod, he came across my page 0 times and I come up every day? I don't know. I didn't do anything. I don't know, maybe I hit him where it hurts and lack of confidence. I don't know. I don't really think about him that much, man. I just, every once in a while, gotta make sure. You know what I told him when he decided to do this? He tried to DM me to smooth it over and be like, "No, dude, you're always gonna be the guy." And like, I wanted to do my own. Like he made every excuse in the book. I told him this. I said, I said, I'm going to be a problem that never goes away. I was like, anytime I ever think of you, dude, I'm just gonna dedicate maybe a minute or two to you, warning everybody around me, and then I'm gonna keep going about my life. Yeah, it's gonna take a
On
catalyst.
that, what year was that he was in the Discord? Because I feel like I don't ever remember him, and I've been in here since like 2023 or 4, or no, 2. Sorry,
He was here.
no 21.
You sure 21?
Yeah, I just didn't talk that first year at all. Like back when you and Manny were like always on live together, like at the top.
Yeah.
Like every time.
Sheesh, man. Yeah, I will be honest with you, I can't really even remember. I think it was back in 22, but if you were there. Yeah, he's the dude with a bunch of fucking screens for no reason. And I just want to, I'm going to make a video about this. I think I already made the video. I just have it in my drafts, but listen, I have 3 screens, okay? One or 2 screens are dedicated to my charts, right? The top my top screen has my brokerage and my chart. The bottom has the charts, and then the left one is for the Discord. So if I didn't have a Discord, if I didn't have anything, I would just probably be trading with 2 screens. You can't count the screen on my PC though. That doesn't make sense. So. Yeah, well, like, okay, I have all of those screens. You know what that tells me? You don't know how to identify and focus on a good setup. It is just a crapshoot, like of what, like you're just like, what's moving? And that is some people's strategy is like, it's moving. Like, what the fuck does that? I don't. Lots of things move. I want to catch it before the move. Period. Like swinging into the goddamn cues today. There you have it, folks. A high quality espresso tonic. Now, time to get some heart palpitations. What do I see on the cues now? Same thing I said just a minute ago. I still see it popping up. They just pulled volume off of that like 614 again. And guess what? The volume is probably dead there. So, but it's using that volume, and it's probably going to shoot over 614.78 and go back up to test this box. What it does from there, that's what I'm trying to find out too, my boy. 615 on the diddly dot. How did I make that ice cream? That's crazy. That's not ice cream. I don't know how that got... no, it's tonic water with espresso and an orange peel. I sent you a message on the Discord. All right, I'll check it. I have to go through my message request. I have currently... Oh, I thought that said 216. I have 23 message requests I have to go through after I get off live. So, yeah. I'm not that big. I actually really do love... I only eat ice cream like maybe once a month. But when I do, I eat it till I can't breathe. Like I get a craving once, like maybe every couple of weeks or a month for ice cream. Lemon sorbet, or yeah, there's like a lemon one that they sell here at Leopold's, is delicious. Yeah, Coin. I couldn't get into Coin, man, but this one actually, if you did follow anybody who asked me about Coin this morning, because we nailed. In fact, I would say right now that is my target. So if you were looking for anything beyond, look at that, perfect, crisp, and clean. So now, in order to get continuation, which is definitely still in the cards, it's a 180.36, and you're going to use this structure over here, which could offer up. Oh, yeah, lots of choppage, but I see that 179, which we talked about this yesterday, being the end of that empty space. So if you can, and channels are meant to be broken. So I hope that you do break this channel, and it's going to do that by maintaining a floor. And let's find that floor. So step one, or at least a floor to watch, is 178. So you're actually trying to hold that right now. So what is that from? Where would I have gotten in on the coin move? Today I would have gotten in on coin. Again, hindsight is always 20/20, but I would have likely tried to get into that trade on the reclaim of the floor, or especially because of the gap underneath me over that top. And then because, again, I had this analysis yesterday, it would have been that empty space perfectly up to 178. So when I say hold, what quantifies as a hold? I'm holding on a position that I have, or price needs to maintain whatever floor that it reclaimed. So if you have, like, to my point, actually, if I reclaim, right, that 174 86 floor, then even if we lose 178, I still need to hold that. And hold is bouncing and pushing price away from it. That's what holding is.
Qs are kind of stuck right there, huh?
Yeah, they are really, really stuck, man. So I don't know if they're trying to power up for a real big move.
Yep.
But it's literally these pressure points, these pressure plates that if we step on them, I think we'll pop right over and go hit that. But yeah, sellers keep stepping up, and I don't know how many more times you're going to bounce off of 614 again. But you know, I'm not trading this right now. Hopefully, if you guys are, you're staying safe, because again, it's past 10:30. We've hit a major 24-hour target, and that's usually when I back off, because that's where the hardest or the most difficult price action typically begins to. Not to say it's uninterpretable, because clearly we've been able to do that today, but okay for small to start. Oh, if I bought a first option long call QQQ 14 days out, one contract for 35 days, that sounds like you got a really far out of the money strike, which means that you're probably going out too far, unless you're looking at without confirmation. I would say, confirmation is at or above or right directly underneath 617, which would, yes, gesture in a potential move to 628, like we talked about. So
Potter.
yes, what's up, sir?
The 24-hour, when you said that we hit a level for Qs, what was that level? What level are you seeing?
That
Is it the green candle to your left, the width of that?
there's two levels actually, and I would say that you hit. So let me show you what this looks like. So first of all, that 614, right? That was our target this morning, right? So that was obviously, that was hit. Now, this is the floor that we would have to reclaim for continuation to the upside. And funny enough, I didn't even know that was going to do that, but you've hit 50% of that area. So that is the major target that we were looking. And this is, again, played out perfectly based on, I might actually have to post this one in the Punchback channel, but this has hit basically cost basis, right? If you want to look at it that way. And we're building a box around it, or I think maybe on top of it. If this thing dips down to 613, like we talked about, it is actually perfectly possible for this thing to build on cost basis. But that's the target that we've hit. So,
and just looking at the 24-hour, would it make sense to be bullish for tomorrow, because there are 2 days of positive momentum, and we have a lot of room to the upside. So maybe we chop for the rest of the day and then.
I see that's what I'm doing right now is I want to I'm trying to figure this out, right? Or I'm trying to see how price is likely going to close by using lower time frame price observation, because the goal here is to see or see how price is responding to what is, and I mean, I cannot emphasize how important these areas or this area is, because over 617, like we've talked about for weeks now, right? That empty space up to 626 is huge.
It's huge. Yeah.
Right, it's huge. And so like in order to make sure that I'm going to be able to capture that, if that's what happens, being on point today and affirming that these setups are going to trigger via 24-hour, 4-hour candle closes. And right now I'm happy that we're not moving. I'm happy that we're standing still, because what we really are doing, and this is, you know, again, something that but yeah, what we're really doing is we're pulling a lot of volume, right, from what is underneath us, and the goal is obviously to keep driving price higher. But if that doesn't happen, right, then I would be looking at a pullback by the end of the day, and that could set us up for a completely different story. So that problem has yet to be solved, but it will get clearer and clearer as we approach the end of the day. I would say that if it was closing now, or we're getting close to the close, that yes, 2 days of solid momentum and holding would definitely signify continuation to the upside, at minimum 617. Now, really quickly, you know, I just want to kind of paint a picture of, and I'm leaving it here because I still think it's obviously a box. But if we break this down, and a lot of the times, you know, boxes are going to be built by, you know, a series of them. But if we actually look at what happened here, it's really, really interesting. So zoom in with me on the 2-hour. You've got a box here that never, ever gets a candle close above cost basis. Simultaneously, right, putting in a ton of fucking effort, which look at that 2-hour. Solid green, but no floor close. Price pops up, fails cost basis, hits the top, and drives down. So I just want to make this perfectly clear. On a extremely formidable resistance like the one we're sitting up against right now, it is possible that we fail whatever potential punchback happens. And the only reason I would say that is because, you know, again, there is no box here, but this major 24-hour level is, I feel like emphasized how important it is over the last month. But how important this 617, and it's so funny that we're back here at 617 or near that 617 mark, because so many discussions and, you know, were based off of whether or not we could get set, and that's it. I mean, the answer, if somebody said in, you know, in a sentence or less, you know, like what happens here, it's like if we can close at 617, then we're looking up into the 625, 628 area. Simple as that. So.
Thanks for it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Give me a second, guys. I need to go put my ice in my freezer. My cat just almost killed me, man. Just jumped out from under the couch and napped my foot, dude. That little kitten is a fucking terrorist, dude. Report him to the United Nations. No daily is also 24 hours. Yes, Britt, it is essential. It is absolutely essential. That is one of the more important things that I teach people is NVIDIA ER. Yeah, Swampy. You're 100% Swampy. Swampy, hold on. You've been here before. Yeah, you've been here before. I remember that name, right? Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back, dude. By the way, if you are on TikTok, all of this was recorded, so you can go watch this back. Also, I'm gonna give you guys a little tip, all right? Because I hate taking notes, and I get like I'm so weird about things where like when I take notes, I will focus on like my handwriting and be like, I can't even like this is trash. But I have nothing against run my videos through AI. Run them through AI. There are so many different services that will take notes for you, and they'll pull the entire transcript from that video, and you know, again, you can watch it yourself and then make sure, but you could watch it with those notes alongside of you. I actually think that would be probably a great deal of help. So, how long is the workshop? So the workshop's typically going to be, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. The workshop to me is going to be, fuck off. The workshop's going to take about a week. And I know this might not be convenient for everybody, but the most important thing to me is that every question gets answered, that we work through every, you know, I don't get how you're finding these boxes, you know, why did you draw the box that way? These are all questions that I want people to, you know, have a couple drinks or something. You know, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But like, I don't want anybody to be nervous about asking questions, because the more questions that you ask, the more you like, okay, so if you take a course, right, and everything is recorded and typed out and everything for you, you can't pull any more value than what's available there. But being in a live workshop, you can extract, you know, theoretically as much value as you can, because every single time I, you know, again, I get more frustrated with people saying sorry about asking questions, or about them thinking that they're bothering me, when this is literally what I love to do. I like doing this. This is, I mean, what else would I be doing? But no, yeah. What do we need to have ready for the workshop? Yes, you need to have TradingView. You need to have, now the first day I'll walk you through this stuff, so it's not going to be like, you know, we're gun fires and we're off to the race. Like we're going to be starting with the psychology. You know, there's going to be some talks. Yes, you need TradingView. It would be awesome. It's not required that you have a brokerage, because I am going to go over brokerages. I've considered skipping that part, but you know, again, there's going to be brand new people in here, and everybody needs to be patient, because that was you know. So okay, paper traded QQQ 615 March 11th. Call whatever that means. I love that. I love that. That's awesome. Would the trigger ups be what? The trigger up is easy. Right now, boy, I tell you what, this is probably going to happen lightning fast. But it is over 614, I think now, and you did have kind of a failure of that punchback, but cost basis is still holding strong. So I would say 614.50 again, and you should go pop 615. But lower time frame channel here, not really giving you that opportunity. So 530. Oh wait, yeah. Yeah, 530. Too late to change now, so. The hours, I'm probably going to go for about an hour and a half, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Sometimes, you know, if the kids are taken care of and they're chilling and stuff, like, you know, because I try to cut it off so I can still hang out with them because they're at school and they come home. But it is Sunday. But yeah. Zeke, what is that? Ah! IWM is triggering something right now. Ah, sit at the lows long enough. Hey, that might be a decent one. I actually already scooped up some calls. they're cheap. So
Did you get them for 4 cents like I did?
hey, get out of my brokerage, buddy. Do I
Hey, I
ever?
put it in the chat, but
Go ahead.
I dropped a chart in the chat bubble before open, and I just
Oh,
would be curious if you could take a look at it. It's FRMI.
where did I miss that? FRMI.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's see it. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you got a good point here, right? You got 1, 2, 3, and now you're fourth. You've got nothing but empty space. I love that you marked out your wick. Good job. That would also be your target or a floor, and that's $14. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. You know, it doesn't have punchback occurring, but it does have higher time frame consolidation. You've got 1, 2. And we'll just say 1, 2, 3, right? So I think it would be very important, right, that you hold, and so you could go on a lower time frame and kind of identify what needs to hold here and where you need that candle to close. But that's a good chart. Good job.
Will you take a peek at the actual stock when you?
Oh yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
This guy is like, don't give me that half-ass analysis, dude. Real quick, IWM stop losses need to be centralized. More than likely, either 263.21, which weeklies are going to suffer, or 263.40 if a candle does close. You are trading on the lowest momentum and at the choppiest time of the day, so yeah, I would keep your risk low until we get an actual trigger here. So, and again, candles need to close before this can continue moving to the upside. But man, you got a lot of empty space up there to make that full reversal. So. TikTok, we're going to be TikTok and YouTube, we're going to be winding down here in just a second, and we'll see you guys at 2:30. So let me go ahead and finish this up really quick. Oh, okay. So you've already popped up and you've already made a new high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I do see a little channel action here, possibly. Oop, nope, don't like it. So if I see shit like that, I'm just get rid of it. And it doesn't mean that it couldn't still be true that there's some control here, but what matters most and always is going to be candle closes. Yo, coin players, if you are in coin, good God. Wow. Wow, that was a big push. How? Wow. All right. So, I mean, obviously, so far so good. Now let's move down on a lower time frame. Okay, so 1060. So you got a good, I think you have a pretty good plan or a pretty good setup here. We're going to want to hold 1050, period, end of story. Any loss of that would probably put you in a negative situation. Good bounce as I speak. Yeah. Yep, I'm watching, guys. I got another screen up here so I can see what's happening. IWM, not bad. Not a bad little entry there. Nice low risk. Okay, you're going to come back down. You can't leave that gap. Touch it and bounce. Damn, like that. Thank you. Yeah, I said what I said. I still don't think you filled that enough. I think you're still going to come back down. Oh, sorry, TikTok. Hood actually recovered really nicely, and that still looks like a pretty good ass setup. Hold on, I'm looking. I'm watching a couple of different things right now. Nice push through this little 30-second box over here to my left. 3 minute, looking pretty good. Nice push. How often do you check options? Oh, you're definitely dude, I'm just charting stocks, and then if it looks good, then I look at the options. So anytime I can see a good play, I'm looking at options. Oh, I don't always look at that. I can see those orders coming in, but I don't always look at that. Hold on, I see a channel. Nope. Mental health. He said mental health. I need help. That's not funny, but it's kind of funny. All right, BSX. Yo, that was a cool little lead and lag opportunity, though. Boston Scientific Corporation. Guaranteed this turns into the Institute and oh, coin. I don't want to look at you. Oof, brother, that is not good. You need to get above 76.33 point blank period, end of story. And you need to hold on to that 73.50. So I still have Kava. I'm just not looking at it right now. Let me see. I still have a couple of runners on that one. Good God Almighty, 445% on that. I only left what I originally had as $500 of that whole investment. So I left 12 contracts on the table, and that is currently worth $2,700. I'm actually going to go ahead and trim half of that right now as we sprechen. Ooh, the spread is so rough. Of course, you gave me the ask or the bid. I had an alert set, I thought earlier, but I think I deleted it, but at 85, which I have as a potential target here to the upside on Kava. Hood. Hood looks good on the weekly, looks good on the 24-hour, really looks good on the 24-hour. Really needs to get above 78.25, and we got a kick-ass motherfucking play up to 85.41. I love it. I'm so grateful to have come across a trader. Oh, dude, thanks, Javon. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Hey! Why'd you text me when you got in here? Oh.
Look at the deal.
You're bad, dude.
It's okay.
Espresso tonic.
Still with that.
Yes. What do you mean still with that? I actually been drinking that before our friendship blossomed into what it is today.
Have you descaled that machine?
Nope. I'm not gonna descale until it starts shooting fucking mineral bullets at me.
Well, you're still using what, filtered water?
Yeah, I use filtered water. I use Mountain Valley
Oh, you're
spring
good.
water, dude.
Oh yeah, no, never mind, dude. You're good. You don't gotta do that.
I mean, that has minerals in it, but
Nah, it's not enough. Oh, fugazi.
Do you like that I was tracking you this morning? Keeping an
Yeah,
eye
what
out?
was up with that, dude? Well, you
Just wanted-
thought I was home and you were like, oh, let me go.
No, I just wanted to let you know I knew where you were at. Just wanted you to know. Why does my 4-hour look different than yours? Because you do not have all of the extended hours on, dude. We took Kava for earnings.
Let me see.
Fucking
I have
that horse
some
food,
people
dude.
talking about Kava and stuff.
Hee-haw. Yeah, that's a donkey. Never mind. All right, I'm out of here.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, yeah. And what's in front of it? Why did it rip like that? Empty space. Sorry.
Yeah, literally. It went to the floor.
Literally. Do you got to get the after hours? Yes, you have to pay. It's not that much money, but it's you have to get extended hours data on.
Yeah, New York, ARCA, NASDAQ.
Yep, all that
ARCA
stuff.
is, some of you guys have New York and NASDAQ. You got to get the ARCA data. That's what you're missing.
If you
That
don't,
was a nice trade, bro.
you will die. No, I'm just kidding. What is ARCA? What is ARCA? It's an animal. No,
Pay for it, man. I don't remember what it is.
just
Pay for it.
he said pay for it. Don't worry about it. It's just market data. It's just market data from
A
ARCA.
different exchange.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't like Thinkorswim's charts. I don't like its setup. It looks so. It even looks gray. Like somehow there's like a gray filter over it. Makes everything look bad. But nah. I don't like
I didn't
Thinkorswim.
go. I didn't feel long. Like I drew a plan on futures last night about like what was gonna happen. How many addresses of the union have we seen that the market the next day does not go green? How many?
Dude,
You know how
listen.
un-American that is?
Listen, I can tell you the plan, all right? It's before the meeting. All the Republicans are in one room. Trump has a gun, and he points at everybody, and he says, every time I finish a sentence and step back from the podium,
Dude, that
you
was
stand
insane, dude.
and applaud. And if you
Dude,
don't,
JD Vance's
and then he turns the
legs
guns.
must be so
Dude.
sore, bro.
Listen,
Bro, every
the
time
squat
that dude would
routine,
just say
dude.
anything.
He was like, and 56% of the illegals are gone. And everybody's like, oh, immediately. And I saw some of the people on the Republican side, even Barron Trump, bro, looked like he was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you could tell he was like,
Yo.
looking around.
Dude, when I saw that Rubio didn't want to stand up no more, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Here
He's in
we
trouble.
are.
He pulled rank right there. He's like,
No, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose the Sheik status. Funny as hell, then. Sheik Rubio does. What he wants.
Didn't Republicans and Democrats
so
all
funny,
stand
Zebo.
on the no violence thing? That they got to end violence. I think everybody does. Everybody stood up for that. But it's
Yeah,
just,
political violence.
I mean,
because of
I would do the same thing. I'm not gonna stand. It's like if Benito Mussolini was like, and we need to have freedom. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, you're not wrong, but like, you're not wrong. But I don't know if I'm gonna like really, give you a standing applause for what's obviously our job.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
No. It's spot on. But
We
it
get a little
was
political. Not really.
no.
Listen,
We're just
every
talking about how
every
how the
president
reaction-
gets the same treatment from me. Every
Yeah.
single one of them, they all get the same treatment. Why'd you bomb all those kids in Sudan, Obama?
Okay,
Why?
we're getting.
I'm
we're
just
getting-
saying.
we're
I'm just
getting-
saying. I'm just saying.
Crossing the line.
They all can get it. I don't think being a fan of the president is like being a fan of the person who runs the DMV near your house. They're just government
She's a nice
workers,
lady,
and they're
bro.
just supposed to do their job. She's a sweet lady. I love her. She smells like brownies, but like that doesn't mean that she gets a standing ovation. I just want her to do her goddamn job, which is to, they don't represent us, but it's like just do your job. You're a government employee. You don't need my fandom, and fandom. Right? They say never meet your heroes, but like fandom is not something that politics and we shouldn't be fans of politicians. We should be. They represent exactly, and they're doing exactly as they're supposed to be doing. And if they're not, if it's a bunch of showmanship and they're getting money from a bunch of weird entities, and they're come on, bruh, come on now. Yeah, they represent us, dude. If we could all just agree on that, you do your fucking job or you get out. And I don't want the theatrics. I don't want the fireworks. I don't want to see people stand up 25 times in one speech. I don't want to see that. I want to see you do your fucking job. Do it. Do it. I always do the job. Always clean out my belly button like mommy says. Sorry. The spray tan puddles in my belly button. I'm sorry. I'm done. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It was cringe. It was cringe. But, you know, my fellow Americans, I want you guys to be represented as well. So, you know, same for you. I don't care what side of the aisle you on, unless you're...
That everybody's like excited for NVIDIA earnings.
Look at Manny
Is-
trying to
is-
say...
that's-
Manny's trying to
that's
save
nice.
me right now, dude. He's trying to...
For the love
He's
of God, dude, come on.
He said, shut the fuck up.
Change the page, change the page, change the page.
Yeah, it's propping itself up going into earnings. Dude, the closer you get to 198, the higher the probability is that we get to... I have a 205 target. 201, or... 202 and 205.
So I do have a question. Is NVIDIA's problems are gone? That's it? Like, other problems are gone?
No.
Like,
I have no idea.
Right? That's it.
Everything's
You know, we're
fine.
just, we're gonna forget everything, right? That's it. Nah, their earnings are coming up. Well, it's fine. They're better now.
Well, they're kind of like the whole QQQ, so it's kind of important.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We gotta prop this fucker up, guys.
That shit reminds me of the EV bubble when Tesla was pretty much the whole EV EV bubble.
Yo, he said, "Shut up, man. Everything is perfect." That's right.
About NVIDIA, I think one thing people should keep in mind: how many times is one going to laugh at the same joke? See, John, you're being too rational right now. The market does not need more rationality. It wants you to chase, right? It's going to
dude,
200.
Listen, when you say that though, remember Dane Cook? I think that dude just had 5 jokes. I mean, they were funny jokes.
What was it?
But
What's
I
that?
think you're too young. Guys, Manny's 14. So actually, you know what? In this climate, no, he's not. He's 25.
No, he's not. Yeah,
Never mind.
25. You can't say that nowadays.
Shut the stream down, man. I'm out of here. Nah, Dane
I'm
Cook's
of
funny. I'm just throwing up. He
Right,
had
is
some
it
funny
ES when I
jokes.
take this high?
Dude, I swung 614 calls on Qs, bro. So my day is coming to an
I don't
end.
do that,
but
bro. I
yes.
just fill at 8 p.m.
He said, "I just." Oh yeah.
No, the margin rate to swing ES contract is insane, bro. It's like fucking 30 G's.
Oh, there you go, guys. Yep, there's that now. So again, continuation lies beyond that structure. Hey, Toothless, do you think you could stop knocking shit off my desk, brother? My brother and cat Christ. Meow. Yeah, dude. Yep. Y'all good? What the fuck? Don't bite me, dude. Yes, Hood dude, Hood. Oh, motherfucker. Hood looks great. Hood looks good. It's all good in the hood. I
What's
still
your
have my
hood
same goal.
position?
I have 1 second. I have the $80 strike for this week, which
Oh,
I am.
all right.
Yeah, I'm up 292%. So I don't know if I would chase that.
There you go, John. You asked about that last night. There's the answer.
That's Brother John to you, by the way. Brother John.
I don't know. I haven't been here. I don't know what's going on.
I know. I'm just updating you. I'm just keeping you up to date, man.
All right, Brother John. Brother John, there's the answer you seeked.
Oh, you got a toothless cat too? Let's go.
In a way, the Magic 8 Ball was not wrong, right? It predicted the outcome of you chasing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Magic 8 Ball was spot on.
Yo, John's smiley faces do creep me out.
Yeah,
I don't know because I feel like he's smiling exactly like that. Do you remember when John was just all polite and like,
Yeah.
and no,
This
something
chat breaks
happened,
people,
dude.
dude. There was people
It
with like
breaks
a little
people.
bubble. There was, you know, when you join and it tells you like, oh, they're new. There's already people saying crazy things, man.
Did you
It's
just say
insane. This,
ow to the toothless cat bite? He's not toothless. His name is Toothless.
oh, jeez, yeah.
Yo, he said just bad friends affected me. Are they bad friends because they don't give you signals? Is that why they're bad friends, John?
Oh god, multiple people are typing.
Dude, why getting a good night's sleep? You missed out on the opportunity to say getting a goy night's sleep.
I just want the ES to go to 69.58 so that I could just laugh and close my position.
Yeah, does anybody have Hood? How many of you do have Hood?
I am taking a NVIDIA put over what you said, and Jason, bro, listen, I bought my house because of NVIDIA. I'm trust me, I'm not a Jensen hater. That's my guy. That's my CEO right there.
Yeah.
You know, let me take that back. Garrett would be my CEO, and then I'd make Atlas and Jensen like fight over being my CFO.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, I think Jensen's got a nice stocky frame. Like if he rolls himself up like an armadillo and gets enough momentum, I think he could get somebody off their feet.
Dude,
How
Yazzer
did-
literally was conquering like lands. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah. Garrett's my HR department. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, you
How
can.
did you thought? Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're
People
okay.
keep asking how we met, dude.
85.24 on Hood. Listen, there is a second trade here for sure on Hood. It is going to be above 79 and outside of $80, which I have the $80 strike. So I mean, I'm actually looking because I didn't grab a huge position, folks. I don't want you guys to think that I took a full size position. I literally grabbed 15 contracts, which is basically $400. So I did not. It had not confirmed to me. And I obviously managing all my other positions today haven't really gotten to add to it. However, that $400 position is worth $1,300 right now. So I'm in a position to potentially take a small fraction or even maybe half of that, which would again still be risk-free, and throw it into some 84s. However, the day is not done. So Hood is still working and still needs to get, because we've already punched through whatever structure's here. We got to get to 78.25, and then it's going to be over, basically, yeah, it's over 79 on a candle close, but psychologically $80. And then if you are looking for the $85 target, you probably need a little bit more time behind that. So, Hood approaching triple bottom on the hourly. No,
Insane.
if you had a triple bottom, it would have been off the floor, right? But also, I just count in threes. Everything that I do is in threes. 2 to 3 times off the top, off the bottom, and I'm looking for a break. But I do not ever consider because if you were looking at something right now as a triple bottom, like that wouldn't apply.
Oh my god, the ES.
Is Q's doing it right now?
Yeah, well the Qs are lagging now. The ES is leading.
Yo, peep,
Go to my
peep game on yo, peep this, yo, but damn, dude, this system is fucking retarded, dude. I look at this. Look where you just rejected. Oh, and I'm off too. Literally on the penny, 6:15:22. Abe up 460% on a $79 Hood call. Have you trimmed and reduced your risk? What the fuck is wrong with my speech today, dude? I got an impediment. I kept saying cockpit instead of cost spaces or something like that, or cockpit. Yeah, what does that even mean? Where did that?
We tend to say what we're thinking about.
You know what? Let's get this guy out of here. Yeah, right now I'm not actually doing anything on the Qs. It's just, again, we're looking at price marks and how we're responding to them. So yeah, I was giving a pilot example. Yeah. So striker hood approaching triple. So ignore it since it's the 4th time. No, I'm not saying that at all, man. I'm just, again, whether it bounced off of the bottom 5 times or 4 times, what we really are concerned about right now, and again, if you've had weeklies, you've reduced your risk, you're looking for price to clear 78.30 or to close up here. On the hourly, you still have shit that you are yet to break, right? That's 77.66. See, yeah, but all right, it is 11:50. Good God, TikTok, YouTube. I'll see you guys at 2:30. Hopefully, you guys were able to learn, make some money off of this. Should I expect a text back within the next 3 to 5 business days? Oh fuck.
Yep. That's perfect. That's a perfect example.
Oh, you did text me. You texted. Yeah. I might have to hop on that one with you, dude. I love Forefront. That's a great VR game. Did you, yeah, Bobby, did you order expedited shipping on that text message? If you didn't, it might be a while. All right, folks. GG's. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and clear off. You can go watch this live back on YouTube if you'd like. If you're looking to sign up for the workshop, that's on my website, potterstockstrading.com.